Yo, what's up, man? Uh, Polo Sports Talk and ENT. Uh, I'm a little late. I had to take care of some stuff. See y'all in the building. Uh, I know some of y'all ready to cook on this topic, and I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get in. Um, I'm not on the game, quite yet, because this thing right here it needs to be really hashed out. It needs to be hashed out for several reasons. um, Look, man, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I appreciate y'all, pulling up, man. I see you in here, South and Big Who and CB Logic. Um, I'll hit that like and hit that sub and also uh, hit the notifications as well. But look, we just gonna jump right into it, man. Plain and simple, man. Scotty's way out of pocket, man. You know, he's way out of pocket for what he's doing and what he's saying. All he is doing right now is just trying to promote a book, okay? And anytime you're trying to, promote a book or trying to sell something, you got to have a little bit of controversy involved, okay? And unfortunately, in Scotty's case, that's what he's doing. Uh, he's entitled to feel the way that he wants to. He's entitled to feel the way that he wants to. Do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with it. Um, Listen, you have absolutely no right to say anything in regards to Kevin Durant. Okay, the only right that you have to say is the fact that you're a Hall of Famer and you're a six-time champion. I get all of that. Okay, but in turn to say that Durant wasn't playmaking. And then you want to add in some more stuff talking about, well, I was, you were more of a leader. You were the real leader of the team. Man, Scotty, listen, man, I'm about to really get on your helmet because I watched you, and I actually I thought you was a decent player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you did your thing while Jordan was gone. I give you credit in that, but you can't get beside yourself because let's not forget that Jordan had to bred you into a leader. You weren't no natural born leader like that. You weren't no alpha like that, man. Come on, I mean seriously, man. So let's not get beside yourself. But we're not going to talk about that just yet, okay? What we're talking about right now is about you and your comments concerning Durantula. Now look, Durant played 53 minutes. 53 minutes. A 53-minute game. 48 minutes plus overtime. And was able to garnish a triple double, a 40-point triple double. Uh, Last time I checked, James Harden, uh, James Harden was hobbled. Kyrie was gone. Uh, Last time I checked, I thought showing up and putting in 110% and doing what was necessary to keep your team up in it while playmaking, while shooting, efficiently. Besides when in the last game and when he missed the shot or whatnot. Last time I checked, I thought that was being a leader. I thought that was using his team. Listen, he did use his team. Joe Harris was not shooting good. He used his team enough, and Jeff Green showed up. So I don't want to hear none of this, man. Scotty, man, you just trying to promote a book. Hold on. You sitting here just trying to promote a book, and now you coming out with all this stuff. You need to control your household. That's what you really need to control before you get out here and you start saying stuff about everything. Like your personal life is all over, everywhere, to the point where, and I rode for you, Scotty. I rode for you. I was like, man, what Larsa was doing and all that, because I don't like getting into that stuff, but we have to call it what it is. It's out there. But the fact that she did you wrong, I was on your side. But then now you come up with this stuff and see you've done this stuff before, Scotty. Man, you done got out there, sat up there on national television, and then you say, well, Michael Jordan, I mean, LeBron was a better uh, a better this or a better that. And then when somebody called you out on your bullshit, then you recant your statement, and then you say, well, okay, no, there's no way that I would pick LeBron. Okay, well, which one is it? Okay, man, you can't sit up there. You're not that good of an analyst. As much as respect that I got for you as a champion, you're not that good of an analyst. And really, you just need to keep your mouth shut. And you want to throw LeBron in there. Nobody was talking about LeBron. Why even compare LeBron to KD at this fashion, at this stage right now? Well, LeBron would have did it. LeBron, no, nobody was talking about LeBron. Okay, and there ain't no comparison in that situation. He was dealt the cards that he had to play with, and I thought Kevin Durant did everything that he could to keep Brooklyn afloat. And you should, if anything, as a Hall of Famer, okay, as a Hall of Famer, six-time champion. I'm gonna let you go in a minute, Sal. As a Hall of Famer, as a six-time champion, as one of the 50 greatest players to play this game, you should be supporting KD and say what a tremendous job that he did. But no, that's what the narrative is now. They want to try to tear down uh, KD. They want to do everything that they can to try to tear down James Harden and Kyrie, because that's the narrative right now. Because they don't like those guys. The media does, especially Kyrie and KD. Not so much Harden. They're not a fan of them. Okay. Now I'm not going to get all into that, but Scotty, you were wrong. You need to keep your mouth shut. We know you're trying to sell your book. And when you put your book out there and say this and say that and everything, just realize that Jordan had said that if it had not been for you, he already stated, if it had not been for you, you wouldn't have won. So if I don't, if last I checked, South, if that's not paying homage, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
He's willing to say, okay, hey, look, I'm paying homage to my sidekick that was there, my partner in crime. Go
yeah.
ahead, man.
What's going on, man? Shout out. Appreciate you letting me come on to the panel. Shout out to the chat. Man, I think you've been very objective for the most part on this, because I've been listening to some other channels I've been on, and they take a lot of people. A lot of people are not objective. They feelings get involved. So many people make this a LeBron bashing conversation when LeBron hasn't said nothing about this. And I appreciate your objectivity, man, because it ain't about. To me, I like all these players. Some players I like more than others, but people, it's like people take the time, like situations like this, to kind of denigrate a player they don't like. You don't have to like all these players, but it's not objective to try to make fault of a player in a situation he hasn't made comment just because his name come up in it. You know what I mean? That's just what's so crazy to me. But on the situation with Pippen, I agree. I agree with you for the most part. He shouldn't have. He shouldn't have said. He. We understand he had that sentiment. Some guys, you know, feel like LeBron is still better than Durant. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to say it in that manner. You didn't have to bring LeBron name up. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't have to do that. You know that was gonna cause some kind of controversy. Now I do disagree with this thing that where the media is just all out to get Durant, because it's when I listen to the media, a lot of people, there's a lot of people in the middle of the media that say Durant's the best player in the world. So I don't know where this narrative. I mean, I understand there's people that don't like Durant, but I hear a lot of people that say Durant's the best player in the world, and they have their valid reasons for saying that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where that really comes where that really comes from, because I hear it both ways. It's people that don't like LeBron and hate LeBron and a lot of other players. I think some of these players see the thing about it, some of these players ostracize themselves by their relationship with the media. And some of us, some of these players are our favorite players, so we make it look like, oh, the media don't get them credit and this and that. Some of these players have bad relationship with media, with certain media platforms. We you Even when you go back to, it's always been like this. Certain players just don't have a good relationship with the media. So in a lot of situations, the media is not gonna make them look that favorable. I seen it with Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds never dealt with the media, and every time the media could get a chance
That's
to,
facts.
yeah, anytime anytime the media could get a chance to denigrate him, they were gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kyrie's one of the best players in the league, but some of the antics and some of the things he's done to the media, they're not going to favor you. It's not just him. I've seen it with other players, whether it's basketball, football, whatever. That's just how it is. Being a black athlete, and if you create, whether it's your fault or not, we look at Marshall Lynch, man. It's a lot of guys we can name. You know what I'm saying? That's had bad relationship with the media, and the media is going. They're going to use their platform to make you look bad, especially when if you disrespected them from their own retrospect on numerous occasions. So, I think you pretty much on point with this situation. Now, I'm glad that you went into this and didn't make it about hating another player. I like how objective you've been about something, because I just don't, man. It's crazy how we live in a time how people can hate a player so much, like they blame him for everything. For anytime somebody bring up his name in a conversation, it's like, really, you really hate a player that much? Like, it's crazy, man. It's the funniest thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
it
don't
is.
have to
That's
like
why
these
I'm
players.
laughing, man.
I'm like, man, you do not have to like every player in the league, even some of the top players. But man, I've been listening to people use this time to talk, to bring LeBron in this conversation. He hasn't said nothing about it. He hasn't addressed none of this. You know what I'm saying? His name was just brought up. Now, the comments that Pippen made, I agree with them, but I don't think this him as being a part of the players fraternity and one of the greats. I feel like it's certain things that shouldn't be said in the media in that way, especially bringing up two great players. It's kind of like it's kind of like you use another great player to denigrate a player that
Exactly.
just suffered epic a failure in his career. I mean, I don't even want to call it failure. His team just lost. It happens to all great players. You know what I'm saying? He
But
really shouldn't have done that. You're right about that.
and see, so see everybody. They always want to come here and they want to say, and I'm even, basketball players, whether it's the fans, the average fan, the average Joe that just goes to work and watch the game, or whether it's somebody like Pippen that played at the highest level, they all want to put their 2 cents in and say what they would have did when they were in that situation. Well, Scotty, as much as I give you credit for, Durant was on point when he said, "Aren't you the same guy that when when uh, when Phil had asked you to go back into the game, you didn't want to come back in the game because you were salty because somebody else was going to take the last shot."
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that was well played by Kevin Durant. The fact that he took the high road, he did mention that he could have went
I
straight
don't
in
really
on.
think I was taking the high road, but I'm not gonna get mad because Pippen opened up that Pandora box. I don't really think that was taking the high road. Taking the high
Oh,
road to me would be more like what LeBron said when Dr. J had something to comment on him when we asked the question. So you know,
I mean, it was a high road. It was a high road in him the
I,
way. Okay,
I
I'm
feel like
saying
he
in
kind of
terms
took
of
a shot too, but I'm not mad at him about it. I understand it. I'm not one of these
right.
people.
Let me.
Now, go ahead, go ahead.
No, what I'm trying to say is this. He could have went further. You see what I'm saying? So some people could have taken it like so personal to a level to where he was criticizing him about such a situation that I mentioned off the court. But he stuck to basketball, and he said, "Okay, hey, look, I'm talking about that type of high road."
I felt
Whereas
like
you have some people that would have probably brought up the situation that was going on
yeah.
with because some people have said some stuff like that. Well, hey man, you need to control laws or something like that. He could have said something like that. That's what I meant.
I
I
think
know
both
what
of
you
them.
meant though by him
I
saying
think both
nothing at
of them.
all.
From
But
my
he
opinion,
he he opened up the can of worms. So
I felt like both of them took shots at each other. But he opened up Pandora's box for that.
yeah,
It just
but
it, it's just funny, man, because it's like people can't be objective about these athletes. If you like a certain athlete, you give them the benefit of the doubt. When
hold
LeBron
on,
said something, huh?
hold on one second. Let me.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know if you see the comment, but you said Scotty gave his honest opinion. Yeah, he gave his honest opinion, but we know what he's trying to do. RJ Watt. I
Yeah.
just don't like to comparing the players. I listen. I don't.
Listen,
I
the
don't
thing about
never.
it, there
Hold on.
wasn't no question asked about LeBron. It was asked about Durant. He decided to bring LeBron into the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And nobody asked him who was better. You know what I'm saying? He decided to do that.
Hey, okay, RJ Guap, I appreciate it, man. About time, man. About time you on my side. We usually disagree, RJ Guap, but thank you, man. I try to be. That's why I got guys on here like South Political. Me and South Political, man, we agree on a lot of things, and
Yeah.
I think there's a couple things that maybe we disagree on and stuff like that. But for the most part, we look at things the same way. Like okay, I'll let you go in a minute, South. But like okay, for example, people would think that I'm gonna get on here and shit on a player like Draymond Green and all that other stuff. But I actually, I don't have a problem with Draymond Green. The only thing I have a problem with Draymond Green is his antics, and I stand on the fact that I felt like he shouldn't have been, defensive. He shouldn't have been in on first team or defense or something like that. But I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, well, Draymond's trash. He this, he that. I don't do stuff like that. I don't jump on the train like that. Go ahead,
Yeah.
bro. You got it, Sal.
Yeah. And like I said, a lot of people takes it like they personal with these players. You know what I'm saying? It's just a personal attack. Personal. Oh, let's trash. Oh, I don't like Durant. Let's trash him. Oh, they talking about him. Let's go on and slander him. Why? Why? It's like going to add to the slander campaign. You know what I mean? All these
Right.
players got something to fault them on. All these players do, man. So whether you get on LeBron, Kawhi, Durant, all these guys have something you can fault them on. So man. It's just crazy how people just be and think they be
Yeah.
objective. That's what I don't get, man. All great players got a fault, man. Pippen was
Yeah.
wrong. He opened up Pandora box. Durant fired back, but there's no
See,
reason to blame LeBron for none of this. LeBron just came up in the conversation because somebody wanted to say his name. But go ahead.
Log, no, I was just gonna say. I know you see the comment. You said Logic said that there was truth. There was a lot of truth to what Pippin had said. Logic. Okay, look. I need you to come in here and explain yourself. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Jordan, if you don't know, okay, CB Logic. I don't know how old you are. I'm pretty sure South knows this. But man, Jordan had to bread Pippin into being that leader with him. Okay, he Pippen did help out a lot. I'd be silly to say that Pippen wasn't a facilitator. He wasn't a defender. He didn't do a lot of other little things or whatever. But in terms of leadership qualities, he was not the type of leader that Michael was. Now Michael he had some flaws with his leadership or whatever, but
Yeah.
in terms of galvanizing, he wasn't as great as a leader as MJ was, and that's not even trying to compare them. But when you're saying that you would more you would have more of the leader than everybody was on the team, you can't say that. That's a false statement, Scotty.
This the thing. This what I've been. A lot of people don't get why I've been going on a lot of these panels and making people think, man. When you talk, when I the two greatest players I've seen play this game, in my opinion, is Jordan and LeBron. But the thing about it, all the thing, this is what people don't realize, and people could disagree with. But I want you to think about this. All the
Mhm.
things that people hate about the league is built off of the Jordan straw man. Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Before Jordan reached his peak of success, as far as achieving high championships and everything, when did you have this ideology that a player was doing it by himself and this optic was made? You get what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't disagree with. I mean, I agree with Pippen had to say, but nobody. The problem is because I feel like LeBron is a better player for those reasons than Durant. But the problem was nobody asked you who was better than Durant. If Le- they asked you about Durant, that's the problem, right? Nobody asked you
Right,
if LeBron was better than Durant. They asked you about Durant. You know what I mean? You just
right,
decided
right.
to go into this who's better. Like, why are you doing that? Why? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's where the problem lies. And I will say this about the situation with him coming out with the book. I understand it because the last dance, I could say being a player like Pippen, who was very valuable to that team, the way they made him look in the last dance wasn't a you know what I'm saying? I could see why he felt disrespected. You know what I mean? So I understand that. Some people might disagree, but I understand that. Pippen meant a lot to the team. We've talked about it before. Was he as good as Jordan? No, we're not saying that.
Well,
No. You know what I'm saying? But the optics from the last dance made him feel like
mhm.
disrespected. And that's why I say
Ooh,
the
you touching
format,
on a good one right now.
you can cut in whenever you get ready. But I'm saying a lot of the things that people hate about the game is built off the Jordan Strawman argument because before Jordan reached his peak, it wasn't this ideology of other great players doing it by themselves. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it was with it was Chamberlain for a little bit.
No, I'm saying it wasn't. No, this,
It was
let
Chamberlain
me
for a
let
little
me be
bit, and then
let me be more clear because Chamberlain didn't have. See, the thing about it, when Will played, he didn't have a lot of team success as the Bulls did, where they won a lot of. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of, and it kind of created this concept where one man was doing it all by himself, and at the same time denigrating other players. Like they didn't do that to. From my understanding, they didn't do that to other players. We know Wilt Chamberlain was dominant, but it wasn't this media to say, he's just doing it all by himself. These players is just out there. You know what I'm saying? Creating this optic, or
well,
have
well
documentary.
it, it, it was, but it wasn't like as it
Yeah,
like when he put up 100 points, South. I mean, that's. Do you
No,
honestly remember anything else about that
but
game besides Wilt holding up a piece of paper that said hundred
I'm a,
points?
but I got you. But let me explain more clearly. You can do it when, cause you got LDRs, you got JDRs, right? What do JDRs do? They tell you Jordan didn't play with nobody. Pippen wasn't nothing or this or that. I'm like, hold on, man.
Oh yeah,
All these players, you get what I'm saying? A
no.
lot of this stuff is built on Jordan being the GOAT, and which rightfully he has a stake of being the GOAT. Just because he's not my GOAT don't mean he's not the GOAT. You get what I'm saying? And that's one of the things
Right.
that's different from a lot of other people. Like
But but
they'll
you,
go right
hey,
there.
hey, but South. Hold on, I didn't mean to cut you out. But
Go
remember,
ahead.
we had a conversation like this before. I remember you. I remember you. You said what what gave people the right to set the bar and something. I forgot how you put it. You said what? Why is Jordan the 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 bar standard in order to be the goat or something like that? I remember you
Yeah,
asking that. So
yeah.
a couple
NBA
of my
made him
uncles
the
they asked the
standard
same
of
thing.
being the GOAT. And then now the people that follow, most of the people that follow Jordan, which they had a rightful stake to say Jordan the GOAT. Most people still say Jordan the GOAT, man, and I don't argue that.
Hmm.
But the problem is, it's from my understanding, they made it like you got to play the same type of career as Jordan to be considered a great player or one of the goats. And this
Hmm.
diminishes a player like Will Chamberlain too, who was as dominant as he was. It's just don't go for players now, or you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And people try to make it seem like I'm making this argument just for the LeBron James or whoever you think of the greatest player of all time is. You know what I'm saying? Nah, this goes for the people of the past. Just because who other people call the best player don't play like you want them to play, or say what you want them
Hmm.
to say, or talk like you want them to talk,
Hmm.
that diminishes their talent. That's the type of world we living in now. You can't respect nobody
Well,
greatness whether you think they're as good as other people or not. But I can, I don't, this shit is crazy. I just listen to people and it's like this is really mental. It's like mental
yeah,
illness
man,
to me.
you sound a little on edge, man. I
No,
heard you sound like this.
I'm not even mad about it.
You
It's
sound
just
hype, man.
I want to get on here because the
Yeah, like South
hypocrisy.
usually laid back, man. I'm like, damn, he must have been cooking with like several motherfuckers.
No, but no, because you have conversations with different people, but
Mm.
this this fandom is like it's at it hip the hypocrisy is at its peak. You got people that think they coaches.
Right,
Everybody
right.
think they coaches. I give my opinions on
Oh, you
why
talking about
this
like
is
Master
wrong.
P and all that?
No. I'm just talking about people on the different panels and stuff. They telling
Oh, okay.
what a coach need to be doing. I give my opinions, but man, these coaches have have helped coach their team to the conference finals. So you telling
Mm.
me they ain't got this far and they don't know how to coach? That's what you telling me.
Right,
But a Negro can come on YouTube and tell you he know all adjustments that need to be made in the lineups and all
right.
that. Like, come on, man. I give my opinions. But at the end of the day,
Mm.
man, I'm some of my opinions might be valuable and some might be even some the coach is thinking about as well. But at the end of the day, I can put things in perspective, man. I'm not no head coach. Some people might feel like I could be a coach or whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm not. I'm just a dude giving an
Well,
opinion just like everybody else.
well, I see South. I respect a lot of. See, there's a lot of guys that I listen to, but there's a lot of guys that I listen to and I respect. You know what I'm saying? And I respect the guy that actually played the game. You know that actually because some of these guys, South man. That's why you'll never. For all that I say, South, you could go back and you could go check my receipts and go look at my video. You'll
Yeah,
never hear me call a player trash. I might say, okay, hey, that player, he'll. I've never called Ben Simmons trash. Now,
yeah,
will I say, okay, hey, he's lazy. He needs to boost up his work ethic or something like that. Yeah, but you got to think about it, Sal. Those guys, they made it to the NBA for a reason. And if if you actually played with that guy one on one or something like that. I'm talking about the average Joe that never even picked up a ball. Man, he would probably be damn near shaking in his shoes, scared of what that guy would do to him or something like that.
Yeah.
But the fact that you sit up here and you call a guy, well, he's trash, or he's garbage, or something like that, that lets me know that you have never even touched the hardwood floor before, because
But
the people don't know how hard it even is to, much
a
less even
Division
get a
three,
tryout.
Division three college player beat the mess out of most of these people that be talking. Just a Division three. You see
Right.
what like not, let alone a professional, even not even a, it don't even have to be an NBA professional player. Like that's
And,
why like
and the NBA, I'm gonna be real with you, Sal. I'm gonna be real with you. I mean to cut you off.
not good.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people will tell you. I got a couple of guys that went overseas. I'm pretty sure that you got a lot of guys that went overseas yourself. I played across the border. A lot of guys will tell you that the NBA is overrated. They'll tell you that because if you actually go and go play like overseas, or like I had a partner that played. He played in Turkey. I had a partner that he played in Spain, and I also had a friend that played in Saudi Arabia. Uh, they'll tell you, man, that the league is overrated in terms of, okay, if you go over there, they actually still play somewhat like they used to play, in the not the 80s, but like the 90s, where there's still kind of physicality going on and stuff like that, and it's much more challenge. It's a lot more challenging than like the NBA. Like NBA is just they'll say it's just it's money and marketing, a lot of money and marketing
This is
involved.
the thing. Is this is the biggest problem. This is what
See,
some of the
see, the
hypocrisy
holder is not
and
one of
too.
the brightest coaches.
The league now, what we gotta understand, we talk about hand checking and all this. The league
Mm-hmm.
now is more of a face up league. Don't nobody play back to the basket. So even if you had certain things that was whether from the 90s or whatever, it would still be problem for those people because you gotta understand in the 90s, guys more back to the basket. Even a lot of the guards were back to the basket. As time evolved, more athletic and more skilled guards came in the league. It's a guard league. It's a hybrid forward guard league. More players play to with their uh, face to the basket. So that what does that mean? That's naturally gonna create less physicality. When you look at a guy like Giannis. Giannis is pretty much a big man, but what does he do? He brings the ball up and he faces the basket and attacks. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? And he gets all his points in the paint just like a big man.
right.
That's one main aspect that nobody brings up. Yeah, it's less physical because you have less back to the basket, you have less ball entry passes for a big man to post and set up. The game is played at a high tempo. You have you have predominantly it's a predominantly forward and guard driven league. You
Well,
got over 15 guards that average 25 points in the league. In the 90s, you might have you might have three or four guards that average 25 or more points, if that.
I look at it like this though, too, South. That see, a lot of people don't realize that the NBA, they actually wanted to, and you know this too. They wanted to speed the game up. Now, look, I'm gonna be real with you. When in the '90s, because everybody thinks that I was just so all dung ho on the '90s, but when I really look at it, though, South, I actually enjoyed the '80s, and there's my reasons for feeling that way. But when they see David Stern, as great a job as he did and everything like that, one thing that he was pushing for too is because a lot of people were complaining. Man, they were complaining about, oh man, the game is just it's kind of stuck. It's not speeding up and everything like that.
You went out, Polo.
South, can you hear me?
Yeah, you back.
Okay. Now, a lot of fans were wanting to speed the game up, and who do they give the credit to for doing that? You have to give the credit to a lot of the Europeans that came over because a lot of the ball that they play is cutting, moving. The ball is just constantly moving and stuff like that. And I like that. I like transition. Okay, yes, half court, that's great. Like kind of like how the Clippers do. And CB Logic, you said also it doesn't take a genius to figure out adjustments Lou should have made versus the Mavs. Lou said that he wasn't sure. Listen, I like Lou as the coach.
You think this coaching shit is simple like that, man? This dude first year coaching the team. Yeah, he was assistant, but it's a difference. This
Right.
when did coaching just become easy? I remember in the '90s, you had some coaches that stayed with teams 5, 10 plus years. Coaching ain't
Hmm.
it's just all of a sudden it's just easy to coach now. Anybody can coach. You notice that?
No, it's not.
You- Like this is the playoffs. You supposed to be just sweeping teams. This team made it to the conference final too. You just supposed to beat them every night outright. With your best player out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
This dude just closed out a series in the semi conference final with his best player injured the last 2 games, but he can coach. Think about that, Polo.
No, that's facts, man.
The same roster that couldn't make it out the second round with predominantly everybody healthy though. But he can't
Logic, he cooking, man. Yeah.
but he
Logic
can
is a South is frying, man. I'm hey, I give hey he barbecuing, man.
I
Go
mean it's
ahead,
just
bro.
crazy, man. Everybody a coach now.
Yeah, that's
Everybody a coach.
and
And
everybody's a
I've been,
player.
I've been saying this a
Everybody
long
done played somewhere.
yeah, everybody a professional player. Everybody can be a pro basketball player one on one. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like this is what social media do to people.
Mm,
They can voice their opinion now. They professionals.
right.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Right. But I got on Lou maybe like 3 times. But see, the way that I got on Lou was like different. I wasn't saying, okay, this is what I said about Lou. I called him the Ginobili of coaching because I'm like, damn, Lou, you got it in your bag, and the Bucks are just absolutely destroying the Hawks right now, 99-61. Um, that's not even no damn game. Look, for everything everybody gets on Lou about, I mean, that's all good and that's all gravy. But the one thing that you can't say is that he don't have a trick up his sleeve, and he showed his hand. But I'm just like, I'll be like, Lou, man, why didn't you do that? Da, 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 da. But we
It's
have to understand. We have to be patient. We have to slow down and look. Hmm.
easy to play. The term Monday morning quarterback. It's easy to
Right.
be. Man. It's easy to be that man. And hold up, if you done coach before, you should know this. Parents and all that. That's one reason why I never want to coach. People used to beg me to coach. I'm like, I just don't
Right.
want to deal with no parent kids. I just don't want to deal with no kids.
Man, you better go ahead and get back to that game.
Nah, I ain't trying to deal with no parents.
You don't wanna be close to the game no more.
I don't want to deal with the politics behind it, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I seen that all. I done seen all that, man.
Right.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
I just, it's politics behind it. But the thing about it, man,
Hmm.
like I said, the hypocrisy. People. This social media here think people know everything they talk about. I think, and I'm not saying people don't know nothing. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But when you think you just know more, like it's a reason why these guys made it to the semi-conference final. Tyronn
Right.
Lue, they they had to win 2 games without their best player in the semifinals against a tough matchup like Utah.
Hmm.
even if they don't win another game, man, they had a great season. Tyrone Lue done a hell of a job with these guys due to the situation at hand, man.
Right.
Maybe at the end of the day, if they do get put out, maybe some other things could have tried. You could always say that, man. This is sports. You could always say, man, I could have tried this. You
How do
could
you
always,
feel?
man. Huh?
How do you feel about Budenholzer? Because a lot of people they criticize the shit out of Budenholzer.
Man, the dude. Do I got to say it again, Polo? These coaches are in the conference finals for a reason, not because they bad coaches.
Hmm.
This dude just won a game. He just coached his team through a game 7 on the road against one of the best players in the league, leading his team, you know, having one of the most historical performances in the playoffs. You
But
know,
see, when you see, like, let's say you say something like that, right? They'll be like, "But he had Giannis and he had this."
but
Uh,
let me show you the hypocrisy right there behind this. The same
mhm.
fool that'll be saying that early in the season be talking about Giannis, he can't even play. He ain't got no bag and all this little goofy ass stuff. He ain't got
Mhm.
no bag. So by your logic, he done coached the dude past a tough Nets opponent, even though they were wounded, with a dude with no bag.
Right.
So a lot of people eat to themselves because of the hypocrisy. Just like when I came on here, you know, I told you I came with the smoke last time because I know I listen to people and they say just doing it the right way. I don't know
Mhm.
what it really means. The only way I interpret this do it the right way, you know what it means to me?
Mhm.
Is whatever I like to see is that's what it is. You get what I'm saying? It don't even make sense to me. Do it the right way.
Right.
Uh, by by the by the understanding that I have of it, doing it the right way, just even with your team, would be y'all keeping being no matter how he play,
Right.
because
Well.
you're supposed to be loyal. It's supposed to be some loyalty behind this. So from the franchise perspective, doing it the right way is keeping this player and developing him until he get
Mhm.
right because you drafted him. But on the other hand, if it's the player just supposed to stay there, no matter what's going on with the organization. Like with Embiid, no matter what's going on. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I don't understand it at all.
Well, I think like when when see the knock on Ben because I like now that we on Ben. See, one of the knocks on him is that he has that stigma on him that he is lazy and he doesn't work hard and he's being baby or whatnot. And this is what I said about Ben. I've said it since he came in, South. I
Mm-hmm.
said, man, he has all the athletic ability to be one of the to go down as one of the best players ever. I said Ben could be a Swiss Army knife if he truly wanted to, But I don't never get on him and be like, oh yeah, well, I'll get on him and tell him, if he's not gonna work hard, then he need to get up out of here, because that's not gonna benefit anything. But I'm not gonna sit up there and be like, oh man, he's trash. You need to be out of the league or none of that. I won't go that far. But if you're not gonna work hard or put in as much work, and that's what hey South, you have a job, you run a business, right? If you hire somebody, right, and
Yeah,
and they're not working just as hard or even harder than you're gonna be like, man, you're gonna pull them in and you're gonna wonder, okay, what is your value to this company? You're either gonna be an asset or a liability.
yeah,
And I think that
yeah.
that's
Man.
what they did with
Yeah,
Ben.
my business partner talk about all the time. The people we got working for us, man. We just talk
What'd you
about
say,
it.
bro?
Me and my business partner were talking about it earlier. Some of the people we got working, man. This is something you got to deal with all the time,
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you know, like I said, I'm glad you came on here and was objective, man, and not try to use this to, to talk about, because a lot of people, it just amazed me how many people just they'll say we're not gonna talk about LeBron, but then they'll go on a tyrant to talk about him. But if anybody come on there and say what he
Yeah.
good at, oh man, he
Nah,
out
I
there.
ain't with none of that
It's like
stuff, man. That's,
it's just a weird thing. And even with any other player, I don't care if it's. I'm not. I don't like it with any player, even players that I'm not too fond of. It's ridiculous.
right. I
People
mean,
are just wrong, man.
what's the
Go ahead.
you know, Sal? That my thing is this, like this. If anything, because if you really love basketball and you really love the sport, not just not just for the players, you'll really love what you're seeing right now. I
Yeah.
love the fact that there's a lot of parity right now, and like
Oh,
e- all the main teams are out of it. Who everybody thought that was going to win, and now we actually seeing getting an opportunity to see some of these other guys flourish. We're getting to see a different style and brand of basketball that some of these other teams play,
you
and
got
it's like the media, it seems like they don't want to talk about it as much, but the real basketball heads like you and me and a couple other guys that I talk to on here, they absolutely love it. I love the fact that
this
I
what
see a
this
guy like Trey Young, that hold on one second, that Trey Young, he's getting out there, and he has the opportunity and has a shot to do something that's one of the few people have been able to do. Or I love the fact that people have never thought that, who would have thought the Phoenix Suns had made it, and Monty Williams, and turn the organization around and be able to absolutely do something for the franchise that accomplish a goal that they've been trying to reach forever. Or with the Clippers, the same thing.
yeah,
This is a lot of parity that everybody should enjoy. The Hawks, I mean, this you should enjoy this. The Bucks, even though they won a championship back in the days with Lou Alcindor. But go ahead though, bro. You
this
got it,
what
bro.
I'm loving the most right now.
Hmm.
It's just another aspect of this hypocrisy that go on. You got a guy right now like Giannis, who everybody's not fond of his game. He making his stake. He making his fighting stake for the best player in the league.
Yeah.
How you gonna deny that dude if he lead his team to a chip? But
Right.
are you gonna be a hypocrite because you don't like his game? You get what I'm saying? Because he not
Right.
one of your favorite players, and he don't play like you want him to play him. Oh,
Hmm.
how can he not have a case? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying he gotta be the best player in the league, but how can you
Because
not if he
they
lead his
want
team?
him. They'll sit up there south and they'll be like, oh well, he doesn't have this in his bag, or he doesn't have that in the bag, not realizing that this guy is not fully evolved yet. You still adding stuff to his game, man.
Bro, he is right now. I said it. I said it even before the Lakers got put out. I was like, man, LeBron ain't even. He wasn't playing like a top five player in the playoffs, but Greek is playing the best basketball. But because he
Yeah.
don't play like other people like him to play,
Hmm.
he's not as polished as a all offensive round player. That he not. I'm like, man, he's playing the best ball to me. His impact on the offense and what's so funny about their team to me? The
Hmm.
fact that he can't shoot, I think it actually helped their team play even more efficient. You ever thought about that? The fact that he can't shoot makes their team play a little bit more efficient.
Right. It,
And they're a gritty
nah.
team. And they like an old 90s team to me. I like their team. Like they just grind it out. They grind it out and wear you down. They wear you down.
Right. And they can run with you too. That's what's unique about him. And see, I like the fact that they criticize Giannis and say that he don't have a jumper. You know why? Because when he starts evolving, that's what I love. So I love stuff like that because like it's like I did a stream on Master P, and Master P, he wants to become a coach of the New Orleans Hornets, right? And you know everybody's like, man, what the hell? Da, 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 da. But what if he actually gets up in the organization and they actually give him a shot? Then you'll be like, oh shit, what the hell? So it's the same thing with Giannis. You said, oh man, he ain't got no jumper. He can't shoot no free throws. Da, 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 all that stuff you pouncing on him about and stuff like that. He get in the gym, he work out, he perfects it. Then y'all gonna be like, oh man, he could shoot. Or then you're gonna try to find something else in his game, or you're gonna try to find some other weakness in his game.
Yeah, it ain't about you being objective. It's just about you not liking him. You know what I mean? That's what
Right.
that's what a lot of people don't see, man. I love great players, man. Everybody's that's why I harp so hard on this Jordan straw man that the league sold people that you gotta play like Jordan to be considered great. It was so many greats before Jordans that played the game different.
Salute to you, GOAT. I see you in the building.
You know what I'm saying? And people will try to think I bring up this point to denigrate. Man, you can't take nothing from Jordan, man. He one of the goats, man. You can't take that away from you. I don't care how long basketball being played. He gonna be considered one of the goats. But all this
Right.
foolishness, like disrespecting the Bill Russells and the Will Chamberlains and all these other players, because they not guards. You know, people say crazy ass shit like this. Man, he wasn't no guard, so he can't even be considered the best player ever. Man, Wilt dominated. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But it's just
Well,
foolishness,
he
man.
was what he was. They actually call, South. You probably done heard this. They actually call Wilt uh the best athlete ever, the most strongest athlete ever too. Because Wilt ran track. Wilt did he was a multi sport athlete because he ran track. He ran track. He did field events at when he was at Kansas. He could bench like quite a few. I think Two Raw knows that more than I do. Two Raw for TV. Shout out to Two Raw for TV. But he was extremely strong. They said he was just as strong as Artist Gilmore, and Artist Gilmore was really strong. You said y'all going crazy over there with a rap battle. They got a rap battle going on over there.
Or where?
Yeah, over there on Goat Mike's channel.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, man, I know what you're saying about the hypocrisy though, South man. I try to, but I like when like you said, it's just like with the Golden State team, like that little debate we had a while back, with Golden State versus Chicago. I would say I'll say Golden State, wouldn't have a chance, right? But I'll put like somebody like Houston or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But see, if you say that to somebody else, they'll be like, "Oh no, 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 no! Ain't nobody beating them Bulls. Ain't nobody beating them Bulls." I'm I don't feel that way, and I love I'm a Jordan. Hey, I love Jordan. I love Jordan to death. But we have to look at something that nobody else looks at. Who would have stopped Hakeem?
Yeah. See the thing about it, argument. I mean, some that's a good argument to have. The Bulls and the Warriors are arguably two of the greatest teams put together. So
Hmm.
it has plausibility to it. I don't look at that and say it's his hypocrisy behind that. It's just I it's like we're getting in a time where it's like people just waiting to roast the players they don't like.
Right? Yeah, that's
All this stuff
childish.
they doing to Kevin Durant, man, and this. Soon as a player fail, oh, you ain't good as him. We knew you weren't good as him. We knew you weren't good as. You know what I'm saying?
You, I gotta, yeah, I gotta put your feet to the fire though right now, South. I gotta ask you about a
Right.
couple of things, cause I hadn't talked to you. Now, okay, I think I got your feelings on Rick Carlisle becoming a coach in Indiana. I don't know if I did. Um, how do you feel about that one?
I don't really. Hmm. I did see it. I seen it.
Hmm.
Was it yesterday it happened?
Yeah, day before yesterday.
I mean, as far as that, I mean, it's only thing I can really say on that is that's pretty much they probably reached out to him once they figured out his situation or something to that capacity. Because I mean, he's a proven coach. You know what I'm saying? He has a pretty good resume.
Hmm.
I don't know if you trying to see if I was alluding to somebody else or another black coach or anybody else should have got that job, but
Right.
I mean, I pretty much assumed if he won another job, he'd be able to get one, and then him stepping down, more or less, Indiana could have reached out to him,
Hmm.
but you know, I mean, I think it's a good hire for Indiana. Was it better hires out there? Possibly, or somebody to get opportunity, possibly. But go ahead.
No, no, because you already know he was in Indiana before, and he fell under Larry Brown, and he was under Pop too as well.
Yeah, I mean, he has a resume to pretty much get a job.
Hmm.
And I assumed that with him stepping down, he would get some type of job. You
I
know,
thought, South. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought that he was gonna go to Boston. Now you heard about Udoka in Boston, right?
yeah, I know
Yeah.
about. I heard about that. It was
Hmm.
interesting. I guess that was really unexpected for Boston. Was this be Boston first black head coach, right?
No, because Casey Jones and Bill Russell. Bill Russell was actually a
Yeah,
player coach.
yeah,
Hmm. Casey Jones.
yeah.
God rest his soul. God rest his soul too. And then you got Jason Kidd in Dallas. That I think that's oh,
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 he went to Dallas.
oh, oh, that dude fell hard, bro.
Was you watching the game?
Yeah, man, nah, that dude got undercut bad, so oh shit.
Who?
Excuse me. Man, he got undercut bad, bro. He fell on his back bad. Ooh. Ooh. Man, South man, if you oh
I ain't even watching the game. I'm on
my
this.
bad, my bad, my bad, bro.
I'm looking.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Now I'm looking at this Excel sheet. I'm working on this formula. But go ahead.
Okay, look. Yeah, Jason Kidd is the head coach, and I think that was the biggest thing right there. Now, being that you from Texas, Dallas fans, man, they really been, man, they lit out here, man. They like it's like they already talking, championship. They like, yeah, we got Dirk as a special advisor. Uh, they got J Kidd as the coach, man. What you think about that, man?
I didn't even know about the J Kidd. I love me some Jason Kidd, man.
Yeah, he just got hired, man. Come on, man.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
he
the
just
player Jason Kidd now, but uh,
huh?
I'm talking about the player Jason Kidd. But
Yeah, yeah, but not
I
the
mean, it
coach.
just make you think about maybe it kind of make you think that he knew that was coming vacant because he had turned down the Portland job a week
Uh,
prior to that. So it just makes you
well,
wonder if he knew that was coming vacant.
Carlisle. The thing about it is Carlisle vouched for him. Carlisle actually recommended him
Oh, you
because
think he wanted
Carlisle coached him too.
Yeah, because he
Hmm.
came back when they won in 2011. Yeah.
Right, right,
Oh, so
and
you
you got it, bro. Go ahead.
no. I was listening to you.
No, no, I was just saying. This is what I was saying. I feel that Dirk, because some people feel like this, South. Some people feel like Dirk is kind of making his way slowly but surely to possibly being even higher into the, because right now he's a special advisor, but he could be potentially working his way up into the organization. And guess what else, South? Guess who his assistants are?
Who was assistants?
Yeah, guess who his assistants are going to be?
Oh, you talking about
J Kidd.
J Kid.
Hmm. Uh,
Okay.
Jason Terry.
Was some of the former players.
Yeah,
Sean.
Jason Terry, and man, who else did they say?
No, you
It was,
basically what you saying they virtually trying to put the former players that they want
hmm
to as
exactly from
oh,
2011.
okay.
They're trying to bring that formula back.
They feel like that's going okay. I got you.
So I think J Kidd got a master. He's exercising the master plan. I don't sleep on J Kidd because if it wasn't for Jason Kidd, a lot of people don't give him a credit for this, but he wouldn't. Giannis wouldn't
Polo.
have been discussed. Huh? What's up, man? Can you hear me? Sals, can you hear me? Sal,
Yeah. Polo.
I think Sal fell out, man.
Yeah, I seen my. I don't know why my. Okay. What you say now? I didn't catch the last part of that.
Um, I forgot what I was saying. Um, I would just say, oh, if it wasn't for Jason Kidd, uh, Giannis Giannis wouldn't have. That he was the one that took a chance on Giannis. A lot of people don't realize that he was the one that kind of gave Giannis his free play, so to speak, to get out there and trial and error, so to speak.
I will say
Now,
this about Mark Cuban.
mhm.
He's how can I say it? Now he's an owner. He's an unconventional owner, in my opinion, where he want to win. He want to win. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And he'll pay a little bit more extra, and he'll do what he feel like he got to do. And I think initially when they had made the hiring of Dirk is what they made what position they get Dirk GM they made
Special advisor.
special advisor.
Hmm.
I think we had spoke on that last week or some or so, or maybe early in the week.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a players driven league, so to have former players a part of your staff, coaching staff, or whatever,
Hmm.
a part of management. I mean, I think it gives you an edge. You know what I mean? Especially to have players that's won for your organization. So it makes sense to me. It
Right.
makes sense to me. I don't know if it'll work, but it makes sense what he's trying to do to me.
I think listen, one person that I'm not going to go to sleep on is Jason Kidd because people, this South, people forget how cerebral Jason Kidd truly was, man.
Oh, yeah, Jason Curry is smart. I just know he got to get over this little situation he got. You know what I mean? He got
What
to
you
get
talking
over
about?
that. He had said what was it? He had done. He had done something like
Oh, you talking about the alcohol thing
domestic
or huh?
domestic violence. He gonna have to get over that that stigma. He had a domestic violence issue.
Oh yeah, man. But hey South, man, I don't even, I forgot about that. But yeah, I know what you're
You
talking
know
about.
that
I thought you were talking about the alcohol though. That was
because
my one of my concerns. He had a problem with alcohol.
domestic violence is a serious thing. That's
Yeah, it's a
something hard
serious.
to think that as a man. But
Yeah,
hopefully he can get past that, man.
yeah.
Hopefully he
I
can
hope
get.
it. Yeah. I don't like.
Yeah,
I hate that that's on him like that, man.
yeah. I just had
But
to bring it up just to keep you in mind that
yeah, just to keep.
that's something he have to get over the hump, whether it's winning or something. You know, as a man, there's certain things that happen, that happens or you accused of in the society. It's hard to get past, but I'm hoping he can. But it's definitely an elephant in the room. There got to be that. Gotta
Right.
be washed away, you know. But I love some Jason Kidd, man. Jason Kidd, the reason why I don't like the Mavericks because they got rid of him the first time.
Right. 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 Yeah, I don't like how they did that. I don't you see. I felt like with Jason Kidd because he only played 2 years. He only played 2 years with him, and
No,
I
I'm
felt
talking about
like
when he came back. Remember, he was drafted by his
yeah,
first
yeah, yeah. I'm talking about
when he came.
when he initially got drafted. He played 2 years with him, and then he was gone. He went to Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? And then
He played more than 2 years.
nah, he
No,
only played 2 years with Dallas.
oh, hell on.
Yeah,
Did he?
yeah. He only played 2 years, and he ended up going to
Maybe he went
Phoenix.
to New Jersey.
Hold on a sec. Let me
Let me
sure I
look
got it
at it.
right. No, I'm looking it up right now. Hold on a sec.
I know he went to Phoenix, then he went to New Jersey.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, son. 3 years. 3 years. My bad. It was 3 years.
Yeah, that's how
But he
about.
only played. He only played 22 games.
He
Uh,
got traded in
that
the
that year in
season.
'96.
Did he get hurt or he get traded during that season?
He got traded.
That's really
And
cool.
then
Let me look at it too.
he played 33 games. I think he did. I think he might have had an injury that year, but then that very next year he played 82 games. Um, and he ended up playing for New Jersey. And those years he went to the finals and all that.
Yeah, but the thing about it,
Hmm.
you know, just to get back on topic,
Hmm.
what Pippen said, do I agree with it? Yes. But but you took the question out of context. It looked petty. It was petty, man. Nobody asked you who was better, LeBron or Jordan. They were just asking you about Kevin Durant. I mean, LeBron and Kevin Durant.
Right.
They they weren't asking you about no LeBron. How could you not think that looked petty? You know
Right.
what I mean? How could you not look at it petty? And I don't blame Durant for responding back. He could have took the high road, but hey, he don't have to. I'm not see. I don't get caught up in what these players say, man. They
Yeah. And that's how Twitter is, though, man. You know how Twitter is.
but you know how people are. Man, Durant said this. Man, LeBron said this. Man, that's why I don't like
Yeah.
it.
That's what I'm
That's a
saying.
good
It becomes a
that's a good
Twitter,
platform to
a
speak.
Twitter, Facebook battle, man. Social media battle, man.
These people
The
don't.
war of words.
I guess as time evolved in
Hmm. Hmm.
social media is like a platform to bring some reality to the fact that these athletes are human like us. So we'll be sit here and be mad because an athlete that's making millions of dollars could go and tweet something just or send something on Instagram just like us. It's like, man, he should be doing it. The greats back in the day they didn't do that. This wasn't available back in the day. We gotta quit that.
Right.
It's like we
What
it's
I
time.
mean, what was? Hey, let me ask you this out. What was the? What would you compare the closest thing to social media? Now that I think about it, man, I'm trying to think about the closest thing probably to social media, man.
Paparazzi. You
Yeah,
see this remember I brought
paparazzi.
this point
Yeah,
up?
but
I brought this point up. That fans of basketball didn't watch Entertainment Tonight. You know what I'm
right.
saying? If you watch Entertainment Tonight,
Uh,
you will see what some of these celebrities. It's not as prominent as now, of course, because of technology.
inside edition.
Yeah, and all this.
Like,
If you watch all this bullshit, you'll know a little bit more about these players, little
right.
rumors and stuff. But see,
Hmm.
all the stuff players done now, you just didn't know it. Everybody didn't know it back in the early '90s that Jordan was doing all this gambling like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if we knew in real time and all that, it might. It don't mean it don't take a, for some reason it might take away to some ignorant fan talking about, man, Jordan ain't that good because he gambled on games.
Hmm.
they people might even make up some shit talk about Jordan was throwing games in the '80s because he was gambling or something. You never know what you know what I'm saying.
Right,
Man, he gambling,
right.
man. He throwing games, all this. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He's not no goat. He not no goat, man. He used to throw games in the '80s. He used to have it on his social media. Magic ain't one of the
Yeah.
greatest players, man. He used to be
But
with all
we,
these
but
people.
see, that's the
Just think of
thing,
just
man.
think of how we got this stripper culture where you get to see where these strippers can come out on social media and tell you they
Mhm.
dating Paul Georges and the other players. Think if they
Mhm.
could do this on Magic Johnson when they had the Showtime Lakers, they could go on social media. Yeah, this is a picture with Magic. I'm pregnant
Right.
by Magic and just lie.
Right.
Like, man, this is why Magic got hurt in the '84 finals. Cause he was out in these strip clubs and all this. He might be getting roasted like James Harden. Titties over titles and all
Yeah,
this crap.
or talking about his, his status and all that. But
Yeah. So we
yeah.
gotta quit this shit acting like the athletes were angels cause back in the days cause we didn't know what the hell was going on.
Hmm.
What is the omen behind Wilt Chamberlain, man? They said Wilt Chamberlain slept with
He
so many women.
slept with like
Yeah.
50,000 women.
Think if there was social media then, man. Come on, man. You gotta quit and act like all these old players just were angels, just
Nah,
sitting
it
there
wasn't.
waiting to go play a game. But now that you got all social media stuff, these players they don't care about winning.
Man,
They
listen,
don't even
South, you know this better than I do. Man, the NBA before David Stern got there was a cocaine. It was a cocaine infested league.
So
Uh,
imagine all the stuff that was going on game in, game out that you don't have a clue. You don't have a
right.
clue. You know what I mean? Stuff going on in the locker rooms and everything. Come on, man.
Man,
We got
it
to
was
quit
a
this stuff.
it was a
These athletes are humans just like us, man.
yeah, and
Humans.
that's the thing. They expect these South. They expect these guys to be machines and are perfect, and they put the stigma on them like, oh, they don't make a mistake and all this other stuff. It's just like with Alex Caruso. I mean, Alex Caruso, he could have been a little smarter about what he did, but you know, I ain't gonna lie, man. A lot of people were shocked. What, Alex Caruso is smoking weed? But I'm like, man, dog, there was a lot of players that got caught up with
I'm,
weed, but
I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you. I'm gonna tell you something about this because I've never smoked weed a day in my life, none of that.
Hmm.
But I feel kind of partial about this because the fact that you've had players over the years be even when you deal with football,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Football or any athletic to where now you've made something clear to where you took accolades and achievements from teams and individuals based off something that you're gonna make what's the term? I can't think of a simple term now. Something that's been a violation of league or policies. Now you're
Hmm.
gonna make it to where it's not anymore. And I just think about all the teams and the players that's been punished for that. And now you get what I'm saying.
Right, yeah,
That's the only
yeah.
thing I don't like about it. It's a weird feeling I have about that.
It's like they're starting to legalize it now, but see, when AI had got caught up with weed, or who else had got caught up with weed, man? OJ Mayo, OJ Mayo, because he remember he kept getting busted, he kept getting popped
Yeah.
for violating the substance abuse policy and stuff.
So think of all the people that lost money and opportunity for something that's fine now. That's the only thing I hate about that. You know, I
Hmm.
hate it. Me being a cowboy, I've been looking at Randy Gregory, who was one of the top prospects in the league
Hmm.
coming out 6 years ago out the draft from Wisconsin.
Hmm.
And he been in and out of rehab, in and out. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
he had a pretty decent year last year, but you know, but I don't think we're gonna have that issue no more because the rules done changed. Don't even matter. It's just crazy.
It is crazy, man. Listen, man. I don't. Me personally, uh, I don't. You do what you do. Like that goes with anything. But my thing is this: if you're gonna let it, if it's gonna become a point to where you're gonna let it affect you to where it's getting you in trouble, then you have a problem. Man, there's probably a lot of players that you wouldn't even expect that do smoke weed south, but they
Oh
not
yeah.
going to. But they're not going to tell you, or they might do another drug, but they might just keep their stuff on the low. Believe it or not, I have more respect for those type of players because okay, that player could be smoking, getting lit, and everything like that. But he just goes out, he goes and takes care of his business. But see, if you go and sit up there, you know damn well what's the saying here South. You come to Texas on vacation, you leave on probation. Man, you should have already known that. What's his name? Alex
Where is
Caruso.
he from? Is he from Texas? What are you doing in Texas anyway?
Yeah, because he went to A&M.
Oh,
Yeah, he
went to
played for
A&M.
A&M.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, he was in College Station, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know how, man. You know how College Station is, don't you?
Yeah, part
You know
time.
how it is out there.
Yeah.
I know you know. I thought College Station was like, man. I was like, man. I came from where I came from, man. I went to College
Some of my
Station one time.
some of my people down there. Named, I don't know if you know him. He held a record before Christian.
Yeah.
For before what you call that played for the Broncos. He held all the
Hmm.
A&M receiving records. He played with Reggie. You remember Reggie McNeil?
Oh yeah.
He played with named Terrence Murphy. He was a number one receiver. He got drafted in the '05 draft to Green Bay in the second round
Hmm.
back in 2005, and he hurt his neck on Monday Night Football
Right.
and never played again. Now he down there. He one of the biggest real estate agents in College Station. Started his own real estate.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, but yeah, he went to College Station, man, and he was down here and everything, and he ended up trying to board a plane, and but I'm just, I'm like, dang, man, in California, weed is legal, man.
Yeah,
So
I guess he was trying to make it back.
yeah, like I'm like, dang, man, I thought they had that loud out there, you know what I'm saying, like. Yeah, but nah, I give you props for not smoking a day in your life, man.
Nah, man, I grew up around that shit my whole life, man. Seeing Phil
Hmm.
heroin, crackheads,
Oh
and shit, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's just something I never wanted to do.
yeah. I mean, and see,
Weed is like a gateway to a lot of stuff, and a lot of people that smoke weed. A lot of in most situations, people around you that smoke weed are not some of the best people to be around. 24/7. It's like a mutual habit that have you around people that you really shouldn't be around all the time.
yeah, man. I mean, you got some people, man, that just it, they wake up, they literally wake and bake, every single day. It's like they'll grab a roach before they eat breakfast. And that right there, I'm just like, that's when it's taking over. But look, man, I ain't gonna knock anybody, that do it, man. Look, I put it like this: take care of your business.
Yeah, as long as you can take care of your business, man,
Yeah.
do whatever you can that don't harm your body. I mean, as far as health concerns, it doesn't harm your body. So, as long as
What's
it's
up,
something,
wait, what? I see you in the building, man. We just up in here chopping it up with that boy Soft Solidical, man.
yeah, man. Just I had to speak on these hypocrisies that go around. I'm trying to. Uh, please explain to me, Polo, what is
What's
doing it the right way, man. I'm gonna tell you in life. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't get this. I didn't get this position in my life just trying to do things the right way. I'm trying to stack
mm,
the deck, man.
You
I'm
crazy.
trying to stack the deck. You know,
Well,
you
yeah,
know
in
what?
business,
No, 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 no. This
in
what
any
I'm trying to get.
business, you do want to,
This what I'm trying to get you to see.
mhm.
You know why I'm trying to stack the deck? Because sports apply to life too. Because the analogy people be putting out there, stacking the deck, man, you trying to put yourself in the best place to win. When you go out, when you leave your house and you see people that don't look like you own the gas stations, all owning everything, what do you think they doing? They stacking the deck. We don't get it. This shit don't. This all this doing it the right way. Shit, I don't know what
Yeah.
it means,
I,
man.
well, I think like because
It's a defeated mindset. That's what I see. When I
listen,
hear it, like, bro, I
I
don't get it.
I think it's just so like I'm a firm believer in doing things organically. Hold on one second, man. Wait, what comment? I'm gonna get to your question in just a second.
Now, go
So,
ahead.
you said the KD slander needs to stop. Well, I don't know. I yeah, the media, some of the media, man, they trying to, it's like they trying to single in their focus on it. But I don't think that KD was being slandered by Pippen, but I just think that he shouldn't have said what he said. Wait, what? Shaking my head, stacked the deck, and it is an individual rope that's pulling the brothers down. Hey, that's actually a good point.
This what I'm
That's
trying to get people to see.
that's a good point. Wait, what? You
It's
need to come
people.
in here.
It's people. It's people around you stacking the deck. They trying to win at all costs. So you just in this world, it's survival, man. Either you survive or you die.
Uh, this is what I was finna say. Uh, okay, look, I think like with business,
And
yeah,
this is
you
the
you you want
non-negotiable
to,
too, man.
huh?
Self-preservation. I'm telling you, man. Once you this is the thing. Once you stack the deck for yourself, now you set a parameter and a precedent to 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 create what's doing it the right way. But we trying to do it backwards. We try to do it the right way before we can get control of things. That's all I'm trying to get people to see. This
No,
why
no,
sport. This, go ahead. My bad. I'm gonna let you go.
no, no. All I was gonna say is that okay, wait, what? It's all good, man. Um, all I was gonna say is that like with any business, you always want to you always want to remain competitive, and you always want to be
It's a
cutting
principle just to
cutting it,
life too, bro.
huh?
It's a principle for life too, bro. I'm not just talking about business. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. Like this is why sports is so important. Sports is so important in a lot of different aspects. Like it teaches you how to be disciplined, how to work hard, and it can teach you a lot of other different things. Because we know sports is at the end of the day, sports is entertainment. Yeah, you do have athletes that make a lot of money and make it a profession, but most people don't make this a profession. So what are they really getting out of it? It's hard learned lessons to work hard, you know, and to try to win at life, win at life. When Chinese, Polo, you still there?
I was
When
letting
these
you.
people when people come from other countries, they're not thinking about doing it the right way. They trying to stack the deck. You live in Texas, bro. You've been living in Texas how long, Polo?
Um, now it's been what 30, 36 years,
So
30, 30,
what do the
30,
Hispanic
30,
people do when they come to
33
Texas?
years.
What do the Hispanic people do when they come to Texas? Do you think they doing it the right way or they trying to stack the deck? They are shack up in a house till they can buy the next house up the street or they can buy the next. We don't get this, man. We just don't get it, man. We just don't get it, bro.
Nah, what I was trying to I, I was gonna say that it did apply to life, but just try to hear me out for just a second.
Okay.
What I was trying to say is that I I think that when when people are talking about like stacking the deck from a competitive standpoint, like you always want to like you get more. I don't know about you, South, but when I was playing or when I was, I wanted to go against the absolute best. You know, I wanted to go against the, I wanted a challenge. I wanted to say, okay, yeah, I overcame this obstacle or I overcame that obstacle, right?
Yeah,
And the mentality, uh, like I'm talking about just basketball, because I'm gonna get on life and I'm gonna get
yeah,
on
bro.
business in just a second.
Yeah,
I think that like with everything that's going on, the stacking the deck thing is what a lot of people they kind of part ways with. Now, I do believe this though: if if you're gonna stack the deck against me, then okay, well then all right, then I guess I'm just go ahead and do that. Like when you talk about the right way and everything like that, if Dame Lillard or even Giannis or somebody like that, let's say they did hop on the team or something like that, then hey, they they made their choice to go ahead and do it because of whatever the situation is and how they feel. Now, am I gonna sit there and be mad and harp on it? No, you know why? Because it's like okay, they already done did it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when KD did that and he joined the Warriors. Believe it or not, uh, I I wasn't like so mad to the point where I hated KD or nothing like that. Because I understood why he did do it. You know what I'm saying? He saw the way the game is going, and he also wanted to. People were already talking about, well, you don't have a championship. LeBron has the championships and all this other stuff. He gets. After a while, you're gonna get tired of hearing something like that. Now, let's go ahead and get on business and let's get on life. Oh, I'm with you 100% as far as stacking the deck. Yeah, you always want to stack the deck. You always want to remain competitive. You want to remain competitive in all aspects of life. You want to make sure that everything is crisp, making sure your attention to detail on every single thing, and also make sure that you staying cutting edge. That's why like when I respect guys like when you mentioned like Mark Cuban, you talk about a guy like Jerry West. You talk about these various owners and stuff. Even like the Patriots. You say what you want about the Patriots, they were running stuff for a long time. Even the Spurs organization, you know. Now when but that's just a sports example, but when we talk about us, like your business, South, I'm pretty sure yes, you are trying to stack the deck. You're trying to have the best,
yeah.
the best equipment,
I'm finna show
the
you.
the best.
Hold on, I'm finna
Uh,
show you how the mentality of the people that have these mentalities. They parallel their life experience too. Because the same people that say they don't want to stack the deck, they rather just lose. They rather see their team lose than to just have. It's nothing different than saying I rather lose at business than to partner with Polo. I'm telling you, I see this shit every day, bro. I
mhm.
see it every day. It's sometimes it's a defeated mindset. It's a scarcity mindset, and it's anti. It's kind of, how can I say it? Um, it's anti unification, man. We should be
Mhm.
trying to stack the deck. We should be able to invest in something, invest in things to build.
Yeah,
You had two black people have barbershops right across from each other, battling each other for customers. Why don't you stack
mm.
the deck? Y'all should own 5 or 10 shops. I don't care what shop you go in. Nigga, I'm
Yeah. It's
making money.
power. It's power in
I'm
numbers.
stacking the deck.
It's power in numbers.
But this thing. See, this is psychological. That's why I kind of got in my emotions about it because I see what's going on.
Hmm.
We don't see what we could do, and even through this
Right.
sport, even through us, because you got to understand, man. I think a lot of us we get on these platforms, and sports is like an outlet for us to vent out our frustrations or things we going on in our life, or to try to get away from them in both aspects. But
Hmm.
it still can reveal the things we fear about ourselves, whether we don't trust other people or the experience we had it in life, to where as an adolescent or whatever, to where we kind of relay it out on the perception of how we see things that entertain us. That's the only reason I harp on certain things.
Hmm.
Because
No.
if I thought like a, you gotta think about it. People that are entrepreneurs, business owners, if they thought like everybody else, they will go to work just like everybody else. They will make the same money as just everybody else. It don't make me better than nobody. I only have these conversations because I ain't no different than nobody, man. I used to wash dishes, all type of shit, man.
Hmm.
I ain't no different than nobody. I'm just somebody that said, man, look, I'm sick of this shit. I gotta find a way to stack the deck.
Right.
I'm
No,
only
that's
I'm only using the I'm only using the analogy because I see I see people out here and they use it, and I think it's power in saying it, because every day I go, like I live in Atlanta. I go downtown Lithonia, get my hair cut. I said this before. It's a whole strip of number of black business owners, but the building's owned by Chinese people.
right. Yeah.
That's
That,
different, man.
yeah, that's real, that's real talk. I mean, you should want the best. Like you always want the best version of
You want the
everything that
best.
you do.
You want the best opportunities you can have to succeed. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
right.
That's why I
And
don't get mad when I watching entertainment, because I see them trying to put themselves in the best position to succeed.
hmm. No.
We got players that have opened up their platform. Whether you think they great players or not, that's the microcosm of this shit, man.
Hmm.
The bigger picture is people hate the Mayweathers, the LeBrons, and all that. But when you look at what these guys done, man, they put people that were close to them in position to stack the deck themselves. Look what
Yeah.
Mayweather, one of the most hated boxers, man. But
Hmm.
he built up something for his family, a boxing gym, so that they could have something there. Stack the deck.
Yeah.
How he the epitome of stack the deck. He could have done it the right way and just got a manager like everybody else,
Hmm.
production, and just let him suck all his money away, and
Hmm.
we'll be worth the money that everybody know him to be. But he said, you know what, I'm gonna take another route, a
Right.
route less traveled. He made it he made it fashionable to be a mogul as a boxer, and make all this. I joke about Mayweather and all that, man, but I love some Mayweather. I love the mentality. I see what he done. I don't care about
Hmm.
all this stuff, antics and all this stuff he say. Do I agree with it? No, but look what he done for his family, man. He stacked the dick for his family. He come from his dad on drugs and all this. Now they
Hmm.
can go in the boxing gym and just train and do whatever you know what I'm saying?
Do whatever they want.
Wrong people sitting here trying to, figure out what's wrong, man, he just, really this and that. Like, come on, man. You can't see the bigger picture of this. He ain't gotta be my favorite boxer ever. But I ain't no way I could just not respect what this man done for his family.
Right. They don't have to. His kids don't have to worry about
Exactly.
that. And see, that's how the see, if we had a mentality, South, if we really had a mentality, not just Asians, but like like the Hispanics. if we had that mentality like we once did, because believe it or not, we once used to have that mentality. When when you think of Tulsa, or you think of Raleigh, North Carolina, or you think of places like Shreveport and Mississippi, where the Black Wall Streets were there and everything. Because it wasn't just one Black Wall Street. There were plenty of other
I'm gonna tell you,
places
big
like that
be
and
honest with you,
everything. But
Polo, I'm gonna tell you,
no, let me.
my family, my family in Tyler has a history, has an underlying history with one of the family lines that own acres of land.
Hmm.
I actually come from a rare history of family that you know own something. You know what I'm saying? Own property, land in a vast area, and some land was taken from my great grandfather from all companies. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm gonna make this stack the dick shit something niggas love, cause it bring on a whole different mentality. This apply to everything in life, man. How you see sports is how you see life, man.
Right, but let me what I was alluding to though, man, is that, and I'm gonna let you go in a second. Way what is okay? Like you have all these, like back in the days, we used to stick together and, as a people, put people on, you know, do certain things. If you look at like the Asians, guess what they're doing? Okay, like for all the criticism that we give the Asians and everything like that, the one thing that you can't say is that when they come to the U.S., guess what?
I don't agree with that.
They'll have like their little kid sitting there, uh, looking at them working the register or doing certain things in the back. Guess what? Because they're building for generations. They're building for generations. If we had that mindset to do it for generations, generational wealth, this, that, and the third, then we will be more powerful. Like you said, stacking the deck,
See,
power is power and number is hold on
you get
is
what I'm
power.
saying now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna draw the
No, I've
parallel.
been. No, I've been. No, I've been on that. I've been. I've always think. I mean, I got three. I'll be
Yeah, hold
silly
on.
to think that I got three
Let me say
kids. I
this.
gotta think
I'm,
about. Hold on, shit.
I'm gonna use this point again. Just like the last panel I
Well,
was on, you had a guy here talking about, man, I don't want
it
nobody
will
coming in.
never happen. Too many black men like Stephen A. and Ticket. Let me block you on that one. Bye bye. Go ahead. All right, go ahead,
You
man.
see, I'm gonna draw the parallel because the last panel we had I was on, we had somebody said they rather go 20 years and not win because they don't want to deal with a certain person that's look like them. Am I
Hmm.
lying? This psychology parallels your life too. You get what I'm saying? Because that's why I brought this point back. Because you thought I was like, nah, man, it's different in business. Nah, man, this is in us, some of us. This is in some of us, and it ain't about shaming nobody. I just want people to see that these people come
No,
from Chinese people come over here. That's all they know is stack the deck. It ain't even a word for it. That's our it's already set in their mind. We finna do this. We finna open
I
up
mean,
this.
it's
It ain't
not
even
just
no
China, and
question.
you
It
know
ain't
what?
even no
Wait,
question.
it's not just the Chinese, it's not just the Asians, Hispanics,
Yeah.
it's the Middle East, it's European. They come over to the U.S. because they see an opportunity. If you go to some of those countries, like China, wait what in South, they just allowed uh people to have three kids now in their country, because you could get in trouble if you have more than three kids. Now they just allowed that, so that's the type of uh you know subject that's what they're subjected to. They don't have a lot of freedom out there, but when they come to the U.S., they see it as an opportunity. Wait, what, man? We talking about the Pippen situation, Pippen and KD situation. What's your take on it, man?
Salute to Polo. Salute to the panel. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I feel like pimping. He just pimping. Honestly, he just trying to get attention for what he's doing right now. Honestly, bro, I feel like the positions. Like first of all, one, I'm gonna respect my elders at the end of the day. You feel me? So I'm not gonna come out my mouth and say yo Pittman. Like I ain't gonna call them no nouns. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people is quick to call people nouns. I don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it was unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like if he actually watched the game and see that when he was trying to give the ball to his teammates, as in like, a lot of certain players, especially Joe Harris, still feeding them. You know what I'm saying? How much do you feed somebody until the game is too long ago away? You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like it was unnecessary. Uh, yo, like I said, bro, it just and the media. I feel like the media is doing a disservice to both of them by just covering this. I think you should be more focused on what your playoffs is. Even the superstars that's not in the playoffs right now, they cannot, as in the media, keep their mouth out their mouth. I mean, keep their names out their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I seen Shannon Sharp today, the disrespect by saying like, "Oh, KD is a scorer." First of all, he's not a scorer, bro. He's a basketball player. He's a hooper. He played every position. You know what I'm saying? He know how to rebound. He fucking assists. He fucking pass. He score. It's just that the scoring is just effortless a lot of times. You feel me? But that's not his game. You know what I'm saying? And we got the casuals. He's not even a casual. I feel like he don't even watch the game, bro. I just feel like he's just a troll for the game of basketball, bro. It's just like it, when it comes to any of the dominant sports dominated by brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's always let's not talk about a game. Let's talk about a character. Let's talk about a demeanor. Let's talk about everything else. When I see when I see in baseball, stacking the deck is praise, a la New York Yankees. Oh my God! Even the tongue in cheek ones that be like, oh, you gotta get it all the way through. They the same ones who a fanboy for the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a dynamic where if it's a league where brothers really dominating, we gotta give them some strict guidelines. You gotta do it from the mud. What you mean? If I see an opportunity where I can get my game better and see an opportunity there where I can see the stage that I'm supposed to be on a daily, why not go there and put myself in a predicament where I can grow myself besides my game, but also outside the game? No, 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 you gotta stay there. You gotta get it through there. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you are spectators, not creators, not movers. You are spectators. You're supposed to be watching the game, appreciating the game. You're not supposed to be, yo, ah man, he went here, I can't fuck with him. So you were never fucking with the game. You wasn't here for the game. You just here for who you want to choose for, who you want to like. Watch the game and appreciate basketball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people caught up with the names. Pay attention to basketball. See if they playing the right way. See if they seeing, yo, that man wide open, he hit him. Oh, damn, he taking him right there because he got that opening. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the game. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking for a reason to nitpick. And I've seen that a lot, not just in basketball, bro. Niggas, I look at other things. I view things like wrestling and stuff like that. People, like I don't know what's going on. I think it's a society thing because everybody feel like they had to throw their opinion. Just enjoy it. If you don't like it, like cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you gotta put out a one-on-one press about what you feel about the situation. Nah, nigga, it's not like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like what you remember they used to say, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Like, bro, like why we can't go back to old rhetoric that we should be practicing? We always say about it, but we don't practice it. You know what I'm saying? It just and then I see what you call my boy right here. I
Yes,
forgot
sir.
how you pronounce your name again? How you
Yeah,
pronounce your
South.
name again?
You caught me South, man.
Oh,
You hear me?
South Solidical, right? Oh, South.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, South.
yeah,
I can call you South. All right, yo,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like what South talking about, he was going right on the head. Like what you were talking about, stacking the deck. Stacking the deck is for growth. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to
Look at
be
it,
singular and not be around and grow, you just want, you know what I'm saying? That shit's sad, bro. But like I said though, Polo, Scotty should just, you know what I'm saying, vibe, bro. You did your time. Like I'm saying, oh, like that's why the fraternity of basketball, it seems like it's breaking up because you got so many people who supposed to keep the fraternity first, but they doing the media shit first. So they kind of like, you know what I'm saying, fuck the brotherhood of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you in that NBA group, as in like you've been there more than 3 years, because the shortest, the average time of surviving in NBA is 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hold on,
crazy,
let
bro.
me
It's crazy.
let me say this. Let me say this real quick. I gotta address this comment. You said CB Logic. You said in regards to competition, Katie on the Warriors is one of the worst moves in history. Well, that's your
No
opinion. That's
personal opinion.
many. Hold on, many years. Let me address this. Let me get it out first, okay? Please.
No, my bad.
Uh, First off, when they look 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, Logic, they're not going to say any of that. You know, they're just going to say he won with he won two chips with with the Warriors. It's just like that. That's all they're gonna say. They're not gonna be like, oh, okay, well, we went through this or anything like that. And they're still gonna look at him as as a great player. So you might think it was a weak move, and everybody else at this modern day might think that it's a weak move. But like 10, 20, or 50 years from now, they're not gonna think that. You said if you are a competitor, you would know that. Wait, what? Hey, CB Logic, man, that's something that you're gonna have to come up here. You already know how I do, South Political. And wait, what's the rule? If you got smoke, CB Logic, you should know that. Nip it in the bud. Don't be a chat warrior, man. Hold on.
Hey Polo,
Not just stacking the deck. Hold on one second. Not just stacking the deck. He joined the team at a 3-1 lead. Where are the old school cats now? Well, unfortunately, we're in a new era. You know, we're in a new era, and everybody's trying to play the game that's it's supposed to be played. And unfortunately, KD played it just that much better. So you can't be mad at him for that. You know, CB Logic. Go ahead. What were you about to say? Wait, what?
Polo. Listen, I'm gonna have to holler at Logic because I keep seeing that thing when they say, oh, he brought down competition. Did you actually watch them games when the Warriors were playing every team when every team was giving their best shot? Yo, you actually grew young bulls to say, yo, I want it. I remember a time, like real talk. I remember a time when I was a young bull, and I go to the park, and you got the big guys out there. They playing ball, bum, bum, bum. You know you ain't gonna like, you know what I'm saying? You see that and you get on the court, you don't think about I'm gonna lose to these guys. That's what I'm saying. It's so disrespectful for people as spectators to say them guys that's in the NBA, oh, they feel like they can't keep compete with them boys. They are actually like they can compete with them, bro. Like it just shows that it gonna raise everybody else game. That's the thing, bro. Like every time the Warriors playing somebody, that team was giving their best. They wasn't laying down. Like this the disrespect that we give NBA players that because he went there, the competition went no. Niggas actually competition went up higher. You started seeing teams that you thought like, damn, they actually playing. Like you got like, bruh, it's like it's about growth, bro. Like cause from your view, you seen it as an okay, he went to a 3-1. Fuck all that. Like you feel me? Like when it comes to a job, like niggas be thinking this shit for free. These niggas be thinking these GMs don't want to do right things, and they thinking, oh, like 'cause he the best player, the GM gonna automatically listen to him. No, that's why they try and get black executives inside them offices so they can understand what the brother going through. You know what I'm saying? It's like you trying to make it seem like it's easily structured for a brother to like, oh yeah, like you got a team. Nah, nigga, Sam Presti was then put the right pieces around the KD for him to say and actually grow as an individual, as the player. His game wasn't growing. They wasn't asking him to yo, we need you to move off the ball. We need you to do this. Nah, he couldn't do that. All he was named for, and the stigma that everybody keeps saying is that he was scoring. But actually, he was playing all around the game. It's just that he was the dependable person that they had to score because nobody else didn't know how to score. So like, come on, bro. Like, actually watch the games. Actually give these guys the young bull credit. You know what I'm saying? And it was hindered. They ain't had no team. Like you said, super team. Last time man, they had like 4, 5, 6 guys deep, while other teams had like 15 players deep. These niggas had to scrabble with all the players they had to go around. If one of them go down, that shit is over. Just like how you seen with the Nets this year, when two of them went down, and that team was in shit after that. So come on, bro. Super team is all around. That means next man down, I got a replacement. That's not a super team, bro. Come on, bro. Watch basketball, bro.
Sal, did you have something to say? I know you were trying to say something, and then I'll let you go ahead and go, Logic.
Um, now Logic can go. He can go.
Go ahead, CB, man. Welcome to the show, brother. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
what's up?
man.
What's
What you
up?
got,
I
man?
had a, I had a,
You up in here,
Salute to
man. Going
CB.
hard in the chat, man.
Salute to
yeah,
CB. Salute to
yeah,
CB Logic.
yeah, yeah. I had a question for Wait What? If Shaq joined the Spurs after losing to them in 2003 playoffs, what would you think?
That's
Let
different.
me just
You can't like we can't do them type
this
of
the thing.
comparisons in that situation.
I
This
know,
the
I know. It's
thing.
selective. It's
This the,
selective. I know.
this
You know
is
what
Selective
I'm
the
old
saying?
thing.
school
Because he had a
cats.
Kobe. He had a
Okay, so
Kobe.
if
He
LeBron
had a
joined
Phil.
the
You know what I'm
2009
saying?
Celtics after losing to them in 2008, what would you think?
This is the thing, man.
And
This super.
it's all selective, man. Just
Like that's what
No,
I'm saying. I'm not gonna knock
artificial.
nobody for what they move.
I'm
You
gonna
know what I'm
respond.
saying? Like,
I'm gonna
but
respond
that
to
fit
this.
with Boston would have made it work. Go ahead, Sal. Go ahead, Sal.
These arguments don't turn in. I've seen so many of these arguments. They always come down to who like who more. That's what it comes down to, bro. At the end of the day, great players play with other great players. Go through history. That's it. Always going. The thing about basketball is with these players, it's like a legacy phobia where other athletes and other sports really don't deal with other than outside of quarterbacks. The only thing remotely closely that deal with this legacy complex is quarterbacks in football, but in other sports, great players don't deal with this. Y'all
Well,
agree with me?
yeah, yeah, but football and basketball are the two major sports.
Not
You
that
seen
fact.
Peyton Manning
No,
got
but
Fact.
not
dragged.
every position of players. You can
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true.
just the quarterbacks deal with this
Yeah,
legacy complex and
yeah, but they're the
basketball.
superstars, right?
Yeah, but they don't have to deal with this paradox of stacking the deck along with their legacy. Quarterbacks don't have to deal with that. If
Mm,
they play with good players, they play with good players and win.
yeah, but a
And
quarterback doesn't impact the game as much as the superstar on a team.
No, the quarterback impacts the game a lot. That's why they get paid so much
But
money.
not
they
like
do
a
impact the
superstar in the
game, bro.
NBA.
Especially if the game itself, especially the game itself as the NFL is already covering them as the number one situation. They do it all the time. So obviously that dynamic is serious. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying? I ain't
football
gonna
is a
lie, South is
different
correct.
game.
You know what I'm saying? Besides for
No, but
quarterback,
When you look at the games
but
I,
where
no, it's
you gotta
just the
understand something
players
different.
can
responsibility of the
have a
showtime.
greater impact,
Go ahead.
No,
like
listen,
like one player can have a huge impact on the outcome of a game.
Logic.
For
You
example,
gotta
one-on-one
understand.
sports like tennis, basketball. I mean tennis, boxing, and
See, you
they
putting
get killed in the
basketball in a
terms.
one-on-one sports. That's the
And
problem.
no,
People
hold
keep
on.
putting
I know it's
basketball.
not a one-on-one sport. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm saying obviously basketball is not tennis or boxing, but I mean it has much more impact than these team sports. One player can have much more impact than soccer, football, and these other sport hockey. That's why there's a lot on the line in terms of legacy because you hold a lot of weight in terms of the outcome of the game. You understand more than the other sports,
That's
team sports. Is that
Look,
wrong?
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
listen,
That's weak. That was weak, bro.
no,
Because you still got
this,
four responsible men or even females on the court with you. That's why it's called team sport. Nigga, they even spell out team more than that. That's more than four
Okay, so
people. You know what I'm
you don't
saying?
agree
Like
that
when it comes
a
to
bat.
individual, when when I say individual, like the thing is that any other sport you can't do one on one. You can do one on one with basketball, and that's the problem with people. They keep putting that one on one thing as a one on one inside a team sports situation. That's the problem of the game, as in the media covering it. Stop doing that. It's a team sport. It's the whole team. It's not just KD and that. It's not just LeBron and that. It's the surrounding pieces to that. Because I'll tell you something. That 2000, that first championship, it's not just about the Chris Bosh and the D Wade. It was the Sean Bettier who was fucking hitting the threes at necessary time. It was guys that's forgotten, but I don't forget it because I see it as a team sport. I don't see it as a one-on-one situation
But
that you
anyways, you're
might do.
deviating from the point. The point here is let me show you what consistency is. When LeBron joined Wade, I did not like that because Wade was too good of a player at that time for LeBron to join him. I did not like that. But
But
the
whose standards
whole
though? That's
hold
your
on.
standards,
What?
right?
Pardon? No, I'm just
Well, how
trying to
did
show you
I
a
said
little
your
consistent.
standards, right?
I want to show you the difference between someone
do you actually really listen to
artificial and
LeBron
someone
play?
that is consistent with their takes. So when KD joined the Warriors, I in my lifetime I didn't see anyone join a team that even forget having a 3-1 lead, just beating them in a tight series, joining them, and already won a championship the year before. So and then losing in Game 7. That's like LeBron joining the 2009 Celtics. That's crazy. Do you know people would have killed him? I mean,
Nah, bro.
on a different level. Yes, of course.
Let me ask you a
But you're
question.
not
Is
objective. That's the thing.
basketball the only sport you watch? Is basketball and
No,
football the only
no,
sports you watch? Because
no.
if
I
you
don't
look at
watch.
any other sports, there's many times like I said, that's the problem. If you're just being closed-minded to two sports in all aspects of sports, there's situations that you're talking about that happen multiple times, bro. Oh, because he lost to the team, he went to that team. It's multiple things that
Okay,
happen
what
like
other
that. It
sports are
happened
you
in
talking
history.
about?
It happened in baseball. It happened in baseball. It
I,
happened in every other sports. You know what I'm saying? Major sports.
okay, first of all, you
Everything but
compare
team
you try
sports.
baseball and football are not basketball. Like I said, in basketball, one
It's
player
team
can have,
sports. What are you
has a
talking
greater
about?
impact. Hold on,
No.
has a much greater impact than any of these other team sports. Most of them, these major ones, hockey,
But at the end of the day, it's still
football,
team
soccer.
sports, though.
That's yes, but
This
my point is, in basketball, you can one player can decide in a lot
number
of
two.
cases the outcome of a game.
Nah,
This
bro. Nah, you
Has a
see,
greater
you not
impact
you
in whether the
tripping, bro.
team not
hold on, let me
like not like baseball or soccer or football, because there's so many other, like for
hold on.
example football, there's an offense and a defense, and there's special teams.
But
In basketball, you play both ends of the ball. You can play 40 plus minutes in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You're playing the
you're
entire
right,
game.
Logic. You're right, Logic. But this is what I'm trying to get you to see because it's still
Okay.
slightly out of context from what I was saying.
Okay.
The nostalgia behind the legacy complex is a parallel with quarterbacks and star basketball players because they bear their legacy on how many Super Bowls or championship rings they win. The only difference that separates the NBA even more is NBA players deal with this facade of stacking the deck of playing with too many good players, but quarterbacks don't deal with it. Either you win or you don't. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's saying
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Brady stacked the deck because he won
Mm,
the Super Bowl for the seventh
mm,
time.
mm.
But if you have a good player like a Durant or LeBron or all them win a chip, oh, they stack the deck. Like the fans are just having seizures and stuff like that.
I think because there's that the perception that quarterbacks have a great impact, but not as great. They can't like the defense. They have nothing to do with the
No,
defense and the
no, it
special
doesn't.
teams.
You
Doesn't
missing
that
the
take
Talking
away
point,
about the
from?
bro.
context, bro.
Mm,
You
I'm
missing the
telling
point.
you missing the point. They
mm,
they judge it. They
Damn,
judge it
dog.
on the same legacy parameter. Whether that, I'm not saying you don't have a point, but it's out of context. We just showing you how they perceive great quarterbacks, and great superstar players in the league. They
mm,
judge them on how much Super Bowls they win, just like they judge superstar players on how many championship rings they win. The only big void is they'll say in basketball you stacking the deck, but they don't apply in football to quarterbacks.
mm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got that
Hey,
point.
South. Perfect example. South. Perfect example. When Peyton Manning in that last Super Bowl championship he won with the Broncos, he played
You play like
heroics, like his shit, nothing. But you know one thing? They don't never question he got a ring. They don't never
Yep.
say, hey, he ain't put up nothing. They actually say,
Yeah.
yo, he a Super Bowl champion. They don't
The
say
media
nothing
don't
else. They
kill him
don't.
for playing like shit. That's a great point.
Yeah, and that shit crazy, bro. That shit
Well, there's a
crazy.
different culture, right, in the NBA
Know what I'm saying?
in
Like the
terms of.
media, but the media is stroking the certain ways that people like even the
But
fans, like you said, Saul, even
but
the
the
fans
fans are
seeing it
doing
like
it too,
that too,
though.
bro.
It ain't just the media; it's the
Know what I'm saying?
fans
The
too.
fan, you're right.
We look at listen
You're
to
right
people on the
too.
panel talk like they hate. Some of these people hate LeBron so much, hate Durant so much, hate Kawhi so much. I'm like, why do y'all hate these players so much? You don't have to like how they play the game, but what you get mad every
No, no,
time
I,
somebody
I,
says
I
something
like
about
how
them.
all of them are great players. I had them top three
I'm
for
not
the
saying
last
to
while
disagree.
now, these
I
three.
just
But
listen to people like, how do you hate a player so much?
no, no, I don't think a lot of people. I don't think they hate Durant. They hate the move he made on the Warriors. They thought it was
Why would
just
you
a
hate it though?
something a competitor wouldn't make. That's how people look at it. But they don't hate the
How
guy. No
can
one. Why would
how
they hate the guy?
how can a how can a person who don't put in that work like they do say, yo, as a competitor dog, you just folded? How can you say that? That's so
It
disrespectful to
goes
their
at the
work and
very
their
no.
craft.
Just my
No, I'm
opinion. It
saying no,
goes
no. I'm
against the
saying
very
like,
instincts of
let me finish.
competitive
Let me finish. Like,
nature.
let me finish. Cause every time you cut me off, I'm trying to explain it all the way
Okay,
to you.
my
Then you
bad.
can
My
take
bad.
off. I don't mind. But what I'm
My bad.
saying
All
is,
right.
what I'm saying is, I'm not even talking about you directly. I'm just saying in general. It's
Mhm.
just the fact that we so quick to say, yo, he did that on the ease. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know if he even put in that work. We see that nigga put in that work. You know what I'm saying? So for us to be like, oh, because you did this, I don't like that move because personally I feel like that's not what it is because I was raised into thinking. See, that's a lot of things people forget. You are raised to thinking that you should do it through that and do it through that. Instead of being raised into like, damn, I should better my game. I should better my environment. I should better put myself around people who actually want to do more than just one singular thing. You know what I'm saying? And we not raised as in that position. I'm gonna raise my young ones like that, as in like, yo, it's all about growth. It's all about
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
around the
Okay.
certain people like that. But that's team sports. I get if it was tennis. I get if it was something singular. Like you on your own, you on the island by yourself. But there I seen teams shut down one player because it's simply like that. Orlando, Cleveland. Let's go back to that. Look at that series. They one man cannot make a difference because that one man got stopped by a team. When if he but when he had a team and the other person had a team too, you see who gonna go on top. And that's the thing. You everybody trying to make a one man versus five man. That's not right. That's not basketball. That's
But,
not
but
basketball,
this is what I
bro.
tell
You thought
That's
you
your
thought.
fantasy of saying something like that.
Hey man, I don't know. A lot of fans don't think it was a competitive move. You think the KD on the Warriors was a good move in terms of okay,
Fan
this is
of
not like hold on, this is not the workforce where you need to climb a ladder. These guys are making like to oh I got of course if you're talking in life, yes, that's the difference, stacking the deck and all that. But we're talking about in a game where you're set. There's nothing they have to do to they're successful. So he's not doing this, he's doing this for his legacy, but as a fan, as most fans would say, that's the move that most people don't see as a competitor that you should be making. You shouldn't be joining like you could join any team. You joined a team that beat you while you were up 3-1. Like you could have joined if Russell Westbrook was the issue. You could have went to Spurs. Had a nice team. You could have been Celtics. There's so many teams you could have joined. Like I said,
so why
a lot of these,
like
a, a lot of these
go ahead, my
fans,
bad.
a lot of these quote unquote fans, I call them fanboys. They would have been if LeBron joined the Celtics in '09. They would have been going crazy, man. They would have burned down the state. They would have burned down the Celtics arena. that's that's
I
that's
know,
what it is.
I know what you're saying, Logic. And
I know,
like
I
I
know
said,
you do because you're sensible. I know you get that, but
I get what you're
I don't
saying,
like inconsistent shit. You gotta be
but
consistent, man.
yeah, but I'm on a movement to kill all this concept because it's really a scarcity mindset to be because I came. I don't know if you listened to the last panel I was on when and I was trying to debunk this hypocrisy about doing it the right way,
No.
and it ain't really it only really means, how did I explain it? It only really means just having your own personal preference of stuff. That's all it really means.
Mm.
Even in some aspects with these super teams, it's just people have their own preference based on what players they like,
Yeah, but
and
I
it
mean,
don't.
it flip flops. Come on, man. So these guys flip flop. They be like, one guy it's okay, next guy it's not. I mean, this is like
Yeah,
fanboy stuff.
that's what I'm saying. Like life, what you do in life, how you analyze sports reflects how you analyze life as well. That's why I want to get the example of Polo, because I know it's true. I know it's true.
I, I'm
How
just
you
I'm
analyze sports
I'm
is the
just
same way
saying.
you analyze life.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying logic. Like in the concept of what you saying. Like the fact that you even like put yourself out there and saying that, oh, once these guys in this position, it's different for them because they already set. The man already came out and said he's a hooper. He completely aligned his basketball. He even said it himself that he aligned basketball on how he do life. So the little habits is what you're doing at work that gonna affect your big life. And he got work and life in the same alignment. So when the
See,
man
this is
said, "Yo,"
where.
like you said, well, hold on, let me finish. You said that,
Okay.
yeah, when it come to life, yeah, you should definitely do it. That's what he doing. His life is who.
Okay,
To
can I respond?
you, it may be two things.
You gotta
To you, it might be two
you
different
gotta
things
come to this
from your
reality.
view, from your perception.
Mm.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
gotta come to
Okay.
this reality when we talk
Okay.
legacy. It's only our
Okay.
perception.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
is
subjective about legacy. That's just people's perception.
okay, but this is where me and Wade part ways because you can be for this and that empowerment, working together as a community, doing that, doing things to, getting property, all that kind of stuff, right? And then in the sports world, it can be different. You don't have to. There's a thing called adjusting. Like these guys are not unlike. Okay, if you told me they're on a $200,000 contract and they got to do this, if they win a chip, they're gonna start making that 20, 30 mil. That's a whole nother conversation. Then okay, I'm with you. But that's not going to impact their money in most cases. They're going to have money for generations and generations. So that's not the issue. I don't think they have to stack the deck to. It's the
Who
whole
is they though? But who is they though? Cause I don't like
these
who is
superstars,
they?
the
Like
top five
it's
players
only
in the league,
like it's only two or three
and you
people
certainly
that
don't have to
people
join.
assume.
Forget about second deck. Joining the team that beat you on top of stacking the deck, that's
But
taking it to
listen,
another
like so you
level.
telling me so look, I'm going into free agency. First of all, one, dog, you get beat at the court every day. This is what I'm talking about. You actually do you like when you go to the court and you get beat by certain people, all right, whatever. But you're not gonna hold a grudge against them when the next go around. See, that's the problem. Like niggas,
What do you
like
mean hold a
the
grudge?
thing is, bro, like if I'm
The next
playing
go
like let's
around.
say a 5-on-5, come at the court
Mm,
and
mm.
then I lost, but that same team wanna just pick me up. I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, I can't play with you because you just beat me. It's ball. Like you taking it. That's when people when you start
Okay,
taking that. No, I can't play with you because
if
you
I'm
beat
playing
me.
5 on 5,
That's taking it
mhm,
into hold on. But that's an
mhm.
ego thing, and basketball is egoless. When it comes to team sport, you gotta be egoless. That's the ego thing when I'm like, I can't play with you because you beat me. That's the ego thing. But I know that if I do play with you, my game would get better, and I did have better opportunities again to where I possibly could be, not just in basketball, but also off the court. But because you beat me, you know what I'm saying? I can't join you. That's the ego thing. But when somebody say I want to let go ego, I want to be egoless, which is team sport,
Mhm.
is a problem. I never had a problem with LeBron. I never said nothing about LeBron. I don't even believe in stacking the deck. That's everybody else. That's not me.
Okay, that's you're one of the few ones then. Because me personally, if I'm playing 5 on 5, I lose to a team, I'm not gonna join them the next game. We can maybe switch teams up, try to make it a little more even if it wasn't even. But there's
This
no
is
way I'm going on
I'm
that
glad that you
team.
brought that up. most people when they go to the park, they try to stack the deck, but then they'll go tell professional players not to do something that they do every day in life.
Nah, I mean, man, I'll take any four guys, man, as long as they're playing hard. I'll take any
Come
four.
You
on,
say that
if
now.
you don't play
You saying that now. When you
basketball,
get
you know
losing, you're gonna be
you
mad.
know what people do.
Nah, you don't always lose. Like you can, if you
See,
play
like
it like you said, it's a team sport, right?
it's logic. Whether you do it or not, you don't play. If you play pickup, what do guys do? They look around and try to find the best 4 or 5, however how many they run it, that they can play with.
Mm,
They don't be out there like, man,
mm,
I don't want to stack the dick. I can't pick you. You're too good.
mm.
Am I lying?
Some
Thank you,
okay, that's
South.
true. Some dudes definitely look, but there's some
Some
dudes that
dudes,
looking trying to make it even.
well,
Let's take
some dudes. Bro, I done played a lot of basketball in my life. I ain't never been on the court and people. Only time you might see a variance if people come with people, they own homies. You know what I'm saying? And they just gonna stick to their team. But
Facts.
somebody coming out there, they trying to get the best 5 they can run with. Especially if they know you good. Hey,
Especially,
you run with it.
it's a respect factor too. It's a respect factor too. South, like, yo, I'm not gonna say I don't want to play with you because I feel like your game is like on my level. Let me
Like
figure out who's the
I
best.
feel like
That's
I'm
even
a
like, you
stack.
know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? So when dudes do that, that mean they show they egoless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play with the best ability. I'm gonna play with somebody at my level so I can grow. Cause you play with somebody not your level, you gonna always think you at the top of the mountain. But when you play with somebody on your level and then your game grow higher, what can you do wrong with that? It's called growth. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he playing with a bunch of scrubs, how would you know he that great when he don't play around somebody who's doing the same thing he doing and elevating his game? Like, okay, I can't just always bring the ball up. I got to rebound. I got to play the D. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just different
And
responsibilities.
to me, the Durant situation in Golden State, I didn't get mad at him because he went to the Golden State. I didn't like the fact that he kind of switched up who he was, unless he was somebody he wasn't in OKC. That's the only problem I had with him. I'm like, who is this dude? Like, he wasn't acting like this in OKC. That was the only thing weird to me about him. Like,
It just for me it's just that he got more camera time. You never really seen so much of him talking when you was in OKC. You always see this one when the NBA was
now he
like
had
really kind
commercials
of
and stuff.
at least
Now he
not
had,
too much narrative. I'm not saying, but like he had like I said, like when you hear him from out of game interviews. You don't really hear him from his own thoughts. He even said it himself, like he was being somebody that he wasn't in OKC. But when he came out of that, he became his who he is. And I can't tell him, man, hey man, like that's growth. You admitted that you wasn't somebody that you wasn't. So you already admit that. You're honest
yeah.
to yourself. So I can't tell him, man, nah, you switch up quick. Nah, man, you was honest with yourself. You said you wasn't that person, and you became this person who you are, which is
Like I
yourself.
said, that was something I didn't like about Durant, but I'm not finna sit right here and like, oh man, just how they do. Like a lot of people, they just hate LeBron and just since I don't like Durant or whoever, they just every day just constantly going like, really, man,
No, if
Durant
you're a
is one of
fan,
the greatest players in the league. Like, why do I sit here and try to nitpick stuff I don't like about him every day, every day, every day, every day, every day? Like, it's just weird.
Like
no,
for
if you're a
me,
fan, you're gonna
like
like
for
all those
me,
three:
it.
Kawhi,
Uh,
KD, and LeBron. Those guys are all five-star players.
All these
oh
great players have.
you think Kawhi coming back?
I don't think so. It wouldn't make sense. If you could have came back, why would you be out this long? Either you hurt or you not. Like, oh, it don't
Yeah,
make
after
sense.
he missed Game 3, yeah, don't think he's coming back because he missed Game 3. They would have been
Yeah.
down 3-0, so obviously he doesn't really. Yeah, he's not probably not coming back.
I
It
just don't
just
want him to get
wouldn't.
that peer pressure, man, and don't and come back and hurt himself worse.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up that point because you got these fans that act like that's just a game. I feel like people just fake, just playing around with injuries. Like,
Nah, this shit.
shit, feel real, man. The guy been having injury, knee problems for a pretty good amount of his career now, man. Some
It
kind
pretty
of
much
knee.
after that quad injury, it just started coming after that. But like I said, like in Toronto, that was a perfect fit for him because they gave him the necessary spacing. They was winning games with him, and winning games without him, so they're keeping him afloat. So when he did play, it just a rev up. You know what I'm saying? They gave him enough space. They gave him enough time. All right, you can not play this game because you know what I'm saying. You need that space, and that's why Toronto was so dangerous in 2019. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew how to set that up. But when we have people like I'm saying, like, do you want him on a longevity or do you want him right now, every day until he run out? That's like a child thing. Like I want to play with this
I mean,
until I
I'm
can't play with
just,
it no more.
to be honest with you, man.
You
I
know?
don't know what to expect from Kawhi moving forward. I don't know how you can trust him as far as health wise. You get what I'm saying? I just don't know. I, I don't like to see a player injured like this. I wish he was fully healthy, but how can you trust him? I don't know.
But South, you don't think if he was on the Raptors, he would have had just like Wait said more. They would have spaced out his games, like because they lost in the first year on the Clippers. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna, and everyone had issues with him
But
taking games and practices off.
he done had a substantial amount of load management since he been with the Clippers. Like it's at this point, man. I don't know how long. I don't know how long he's gonna play as far as being healthy for full seasons to finish full seasons, man. It just got to be up for question, man. They've had a substantial amount of rest.
I'm gonna be honest though. I'm gonna be honest though. I feel like I gotta lay it on the coaching, man, for this series in these playoffs because I feel like, bro, you
Man,
should have got your man. You should got like them 7 games in the first 2 series. Like that seven
bro,
game in the Dallas game. That's what
this
I'm
is the
saying. Like the game
playoff.
should never went to 7.
This is the
You know what I'm
playoff,
saying?
bro.
It's
Ain't
it's
nobody
like,
banking on letting you beat them, man. Why y'all keep doing this, man? This is not. This is
nah,
the
man.
playoff.
Ty Lue,
The
but
team just giving you wins. These guys are trying to make it to the next round, bro. Like, why
so
y'all keep doing it?
let me ask you a question. So you agree with Ty Lue coaching style right now?
Man, they are winning.
Like how he,
They haven't got eliminated yet, man. The Clippers. This he has led this Clippers team
but
to
look
their
how they
first
winning
ever
though. Look how they
conference finals.
winning
They've
though.
never been to the conference finals. Now you've been a hypocrite to kind of what we were talking about logic. Look how they winning. Winning is winning, man. It don't always look pretty.
No, but versus the Mavs, the first 2 games, I thought his coaching was horrendous. Like, but what he's done without Kawhi
Like
is
he
definitely
got
making up
like
for.
Listen, bro, the Clippers, he's done something that
okay,
no other coach has
he
done.
he got a
And he closed out the semifinals round without Kawhi on the last 2 games.
Yeah,
They got put
yeah,
out
no,
last
he
year
gets credit for that. Yeah.
with Kawhi and Paul George. They got put out the playoffs. So even if they don't win another game, man, Tyronn Lue done an exceptional job getting them to their first conference finals ever in franchise history without their
Yeah,
best player.
but but you don't want to do that though. Because now you putting the risk at your best player not being there next year. Like I understand just win
There's no
all,
risk
be
to do
all. I get that. But at the same time, you gotta make sure that okay, this guy right here is on the option. You gotta understand, like he can opt
He
out.
has no control of that.
No, but
What are
I'm
you talking
saying,
about?
but you got control. Of you got. I'm saying, but you got control of how you want to run your offense and your plays in the first couple games. Like, I get that you got Kawhi. You can lay back on probably 1 or 2 games, but why would you want to do that? You want to show them that hey, we're gonna try to get this off right now. Because I believe that Kawhi did not expect to lose that first game because he's not that type of player. He's all about trying to get a W that day, that game. But when you're not putting him in a certain situation to be able to get
Yeah.
that in the first 2 games, you working him harder. Cause that game seven, he had to drop like 40 something, 40 plus to get over that hump with Luca because Luca was a dog,
Listen, man.
and that's
I
the
don't
like
know.
you know what I'm saying. And right,
I don't know why
I'm
y'all
not
talking
saying
like
like
this.
I'm not saying Ty Lue like
Y'all think coaching
like
is just
I'm
easy.
saying like listen, man,
This 2K got y'all doing this. Y'all playing 2K, man. Y'all think
No,
coaching
but
is just
yo,
simple.
so man, yo, the first round, the first two games were man, the coaching. Hey, I'm not a coach and I'm not Ty Lue, but I
Why
can
don't
tell
people
you
talk about
the
the coaching being
adjustments.
bad when they lose games? I don't
Hmm?
when they why do people don't be talking about the coaching bad when they win games?
No, he
It's
gets
like
credit,
I
like
don't
because he's
understand.
winning without Kawhi. That's crazy. He's winning without Kawhi.
I don't
Versus the
understand
Jazz,
the
I was
coaching being
surprised they beat
bad.
the Jazz. Man.
Yeah, I don't get this, man. It doesn't make sense. This dude has gotten this team to the conference finals off winning two games to coaching 2 games to close out a team with his best player out for this
No, no,
since.
no one's disputing that.
And y'all talking about how you think he should be doing a better coaching job. Like, no way.
That first
Like,
round, took him too long to make the adjustments, in my opinion.
but it's the playoffs,
that's
man.
all it is, bro.
This is the
He hit
playoffs.
a extra. You know how you type in the keyboard and you press that enter, and that space comes through, and then he
You
pressed
got
another
mine.
enter, and then he started typing. That's all it was. He double spaced too strong. That's all it was. That's it. The first two games was too strong of a double space. 'Cause he got it. He got it right after that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he did,
saying?
but it took him so long to sit Zubac, play small. I mean,
That's what I'm
pick
saying. So
coverages
it's
on
like
Luca, the pick and roll. Yeah.
imagine if he would have just came in there with that game three mindset for game one. Oh my God. Like, bro,
No,
they
no, not
wouldn't have had
even
to go
game
through
one.
so
Okay,
many
that's
games.
Popovich. But game two, he should have made those adjustments.
This what y'all don't understand. Sometimes, sometimes if you show your hand early in a series, you might give a team the time enough to make an adjustment. Just like for example, the last 2 games that they played Utah, right? They made an adjustment that Utah didn't have time to adapt to. They went small on them. They were forced to go small, and it made Gobert have to guard in space and had to come out of off and up under the goal from protecting rim
Hmm.
protecting, right? So imagine if they would have done that early in the series and Utah possibly found adjustment for it and then beat them.
And
But
he
y'all
ain't
don't
making an
think about that.
adjustment after that
No, but then
when
maybe
they make it.
the Clippers finished the series earlier, right? So you got to
Well,
make the
maybe
adjustments when you
maybe they
can
find an
because you don't want to
adjustment
get
and get
beaten
back
to
in the
death.
series. Maybe let's say they made that
But
adjustment.
but South, if they holding their hand, they putting the risk of not letting their player get done with it quickly. And by not doing that, and
Hmm.
you trying to hold off your hand, and look what happened. You just lost your best player. I understand, like you making a credible feat by getting this
Bro,
far without your best player.
listen,
But like
you can't predict
even
injuries,
that,
man.
you want to
You
make sure
can't
that
predict.
you have your best player.
You can't predict injuries, man.
Yeah, but you
That's what I'm
can't hold
saying.
your
That's why you
hand
gotta knock this shit out.
too.
Yeah, you can't hold your hand.
You
This
can't
is
hold
the
your hand
playoffs.
because
Everybody
forget
laying
about getting
down.
to a series. You might lose a series if you wait too long to show your hand because you
Ain't
have to make
nobody
the adjustments.
Facts.
ain't nobody laying down and just giving you
I have to agree
wins.
with Logic on this one, dog.
No, because
Ain't
listen,
nobody
South, you're down
laying
2-0.
down giving
You
you
lost
wins
both
away.
games on your home floor. You gotta make those adjustments as soon as you can so you can go back 1-1 to
But
Dallas instead of two.
the
They were fortunate to
team
get
that
out of that series
they
because
they
Kawhi played
role
like
players
God.
didn't play good on the road. They didn't play good at home. That was the biggest issue they had.
Mm. But
They
you
didn't
don't
play
think
good.
Ty Lue's coaching had anything to do with that?
Listen, man, I'm not saying Tyrone Lue coaching is perfect, but if your
Mm.
if your others are not gonna give you nothing, it's no coaching for that. It's no coaching adjustment.
So you telling
But
me
he's not
both of
putting
them
them in a
games it was just
position.
both on all the players?
bro. Them 2 games they bench nothing, then get him pretty much nothing, bro. It wasn't nothing but Kawhi and Paul George.
Ah, but I'm
They
saying,
were
but
they
you
didn't
saying
do
that
that much
that mean
anywhere else.
Ty's supposed to do at least one of them games. He's supposed to make sure he get them players in position to do right.
But
He can't say both of them games is on both of the players, like on all players on both of them games, and then say yo he stepped up in game three. I would have said that for the players because they got their ass looked twice, so they definitely want to step up. So
Mm.
I
so
wouldn't even say that for Ty. If that anything,
how, how did they win this game 3 against Phoenix?
That's that's due to coaching. I
that's
would look
different.
at Ty Lue's did a good job of coaching, and that
We talking
Yeah, I
about
actually
ain't
two
like
different series, Sal.
every game.
even in Game 6, the adjustments he made versus Jazz
Now, why did they lose game 2? Because the coaching
versus the Suns.
they missed two
No, no,
free throws. The
no.
ball by
But it
three.
was
And
Yeah,
there.
then give up.
yes, yes. No, they should have.
That was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
game.
They could easily be up two
It
one
was a
if
game that's really close. So you
they
can't
could
really.
easily be up two
Yeah,
one if they don't miss
Mm.
if they don't miss them two free throws and they just guard the fucking basket at the end of the game. But
yeah.
y'all
You
sitting
can
here
say that.
talking about coaching.
You know what I'm saying, but that you can say that about
Oh, they
players.
gave
That's
up
obvious because the
the
game was
dunk.
so super close.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
That's
dunking
what
like and
they
that
could
shit
easily
then
be up
shouldn't
two
count
one.
anyways. It should never have counted anyways because the NBA said that shit didn't count.
They could easily be up 2-1.
South, South on that. Yo, he's been coaching nice since. I'm not forget about the Mavericks. The first couple games, his coaching was horrible, but after that, except for that play, the where they gave up the alley to Aiton, that like that's on the coach. That's on Ty Lue. You
That's
can
not
never give up a lob
that's not
on
on the
that
coach.
play. You could never give up a
That's
no.
not
That's
on the
on the
coach.
coach.
I'm finna get up out of
You
here.
can never give up a lob on that play.
The
It
coach
just
is
can't
not on the
happen.
court. Come on, man. You really gonna say that's on
He put the
coaching, man?
players
You got to
You
give
in.
shouldn't
up.
He
have
put the
Boogie Cousins.
But
players
on that
in
last
to do
play,
that,
You
bro.
shouldn't have
Come on,
Boogie
bro.
Cousins stupid ass out
you
there.
have to.
Guard
But
the
on that
guard the
last
free throw
play,
line.
whatever you
I
do, you
don't know what
cannot give up a lob. You give up an open three, you give up
that
whatever,
wasn't
but
the
not a
coach.
lob. You just can't lose.
It wasn't the coach. What are you talking about, man?
Bruh, bruh,
Did you see the
yo, he
play
gotta put
unfold?
in the necessary
Coach
pieces.
the coach didn't fuck that up. That was
Did you
them
see
out
the?
there on the court and playing doing.
Yeah, but didn't you think Terrence Mann could have been in there? Don't you think that also you could have had Zubox played a little further back?
Listen, man.
These are things like
They blew,
you
they
have to
blew the
protect
cover.
against that lob. That's
They
coaching
blew,
101, man.
they blew
It just can't
coverage.
happen. There's
And
no
He trying
hmm?
to
the inbound man, but they shouldn't have had Boogie Cousins in because I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Oh,
He
Boogie.
wasn't
Oh,
even
I
guarding.
forgot Boogie was in.
He wasn't
Oh
even
man,
guarding.
yeah. His personnel. I don't think his personnel was right. He didn't have the right personnel on the floor. First of all,
I don't know if somebody
second,
got
you can't
fouled out
you.
because fouled
But
out or something, but
I'll
Boogie
give
Cousins,
this
number
the
one, he wasn't protecting the basket. He was covering for a 3 pointer line or something. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
mm,
He should have been shaded
no.
toward the
He's acting
basket.
for the no. He was covering for a curl. Like someone came off a curl, trying to make sure
His-
they don't get an
yeah,
easy a pass off a curl.
and he's supposed to be shaded
But
so that somebody can't even
yeah,
so that
yeah.
to distort the vision toward the basket.
Yeah, 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 exactly. You're right on that. That's Demarcus should have. Yes, I think that's what the coach
It
would
was
have
just a
told him. But
breakdown and poor defense on the inbound. You let a alley hoop.
yeah, yeah,
I done played
yeah,
enough basketball
yeah.
in
I
that
thought. Yeah.
situation. Coach telling
Mm,
telling you
mhm,
not to give up no alley hoop. I know that.
mm,
Especially
mhm.
they were it's under a second left.
But also,
No man, that's
mm,
terrible. Missed two free throws before that,
yeah, yeah,
and then give up alley hoop. You talking about the coach? Man, come on, get up.
yeah. But
They supposed
who's gonna get the blame when? But I'll say this one thing. He got held a bit, but they're not gonna call that what's his name Zubox
to
because I think he figured out that he had to go under the screen right to catch up to
Paul
Aiden.
George.
But
They the number one.
hmm?
Well, they were the number one free throw shooting team in the league this year, and 3 point shooting. There's no
Mm,
reason for them missing two goddamn free throws in that situation.
Oh yeah.
And
They
that
missed.
desperate
Yeah,
that he
that
played
cost them the
in.
game. Yeah,
And y'all talking about the coach. Now he put them in a position to go up 2-1 without
he
their
did, but he's.
going to
But when you give up a lob, man, that's the that just even though he did a great job, you can't give up a lob. I'm sorry, it's gonna come on the coach's head.
it's not the coaches. Why you keep saying that? I don't get you.
Why do you have Cousins in then? I don't
It's,
understand why Cousins was in the game. You couldn't put any Terrence Mann or someone else in there.
even though cousin was doing something stupid, he still was on. He was
Yeah, because
pressuring the
I
ball.
would
He still was pressuring the
when I seen
ball,
Cousins in, mm,
and he wasn't the one that get.
I don't like
He
Cousins
wasn't
in there on defense, man.
because they should have switched. They should have switched on the play because Booker faked like he was coming toward the ball. Then he set a pick,
Mm,
and they should
mm,
have been. They supposed to have been communicating the switch there anyway.
mm, mm,
Before the inbound was even in play, man. That's not the coach, man.
mm.
They've had see the problem with
No,
them.
but
They had a defensive
mm,
breakdown because they
mm.
don't communicate.
Yes,
That's
but
a
I don't
problem.
think the coach has to articulate it. He has to let them. They have to
They're already in the
they have to
play.
know what to do in those positions.
They already been told what to do, man. Their team has problems. It's a bait.
No,
Really,
Zubac's.
Lou been doing the best coaching job because their team have a problem with communicating on defense when
Mm,
it's important because they had a lot of defensive breakdowns when they were playing the Mavs.
mm,
That was one of the reasons why they lost on the game.
mm,
Terrible communication on pick and roll, not switching, not getting over the pick and roll, switching to like it's just a mess.
mm.
It's been amazing what Tyrone
Yeah.
Lue has done with that team.
Yeah, but do you think Beverly should have stepped up and let then I don't know, that would be kind of hard to see, but like basically not giving Aiton a free path to the hoop, like basically you'd have to run over what's his name, um you'd have to run over Beverly to get that alley because you got to block the guy, block him out. Like Beverly has to leave his man, on the
Beverly,
corner.
see the thing about it, Beverly
I don't
really
understand why
went.
Beverly's in the game too, man. Don't you think a 6'6" guy would be better?
See, Beverly really went into that better position.
Mm.
It really don't even matter really what Beverly at. What you gonna give up a fucking alley hoop? What does it even matter? He ain't gonna have time to react to that because you're not expecting for them to give up an alley hoop. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, but you see, Beverly saw Booker set that screen, but I thought Beverly should have been someone bigger, a bigger guard. I thought Terrence Mann should have been in the game. That's just me. But so he sees the play unfold. I thought he could have ran right up and let Aiton just plow through him and get an offensive foul or something, because he would have impeded his path. He's
who
seen the
does
play, but I don't know, maybe it was a little late. I can't remember. I saw it pretty fast. I mean, it was pretty fast, but I mean, I thought he had just a little bit of time to
Zubac and
get in the
Batum?
way.
They just blew that shit. That's who was in there. They because
Yeah, but
Batum was in
but
there on
Zubac's
Booker.
got held. If Zubac's didn't get held, he would have tipped that ball before it got to Aiton. I watched the replay. He would have tipped that ball, but he had to. He didn't get quite the jump he wanted because of the pull
He,
by Aiton and the shove by Booker.
hey, Tyrone Lue was doing an exceptional
Hmm?
job, man. He got them guys to the Western Conference Finals without their best player to close out 2 games in the
No. Of
semifinals.
course, of course. Now he is. Yeah.
He's been doing a great coaching job the whole series, bro. Like we got,
Mm.
I don't know what y'all think. Y'all think these coaches get to the Western Conference Finals just doing not knowing what the hell they doing, man.
No.
You know,
I wasn't talking about the conference finals and lately versus the and the last series. I was talking about the Mavs.